What's up, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas? Those of y'all in the state of Texas and abroad. This your boy Paul Miranda coming live and direct from the box. Just make sure we got all these sound stuff working right quick. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure we're good. All right, we are rolling, y'all. We are rolling. Got my earbuds going. Oh, shoot, look out now. All right, so I finally got that working. I told you I'm making baby steps here to getting this thing. Hang on a second. Just, I'm inching my way closer to being professional, if you will. All right, got my shirt all buttoned up and everything. We trying to change up a little bit, man. I keep telling y'all I'm an entrepreneur, brother. I can't say that other word, man. When I put the N in there, entrepreneur. Okay. Entrepreneur Negro. Let me do it like that then. How about that, right? Listen, big show tonight, man. I'm really excited about having all three of these guys on tonight, man. We got Charles Campbell, formerly of HoopDFW.com. I don't know if y'all remember him, DFW, State of Texas. Y'all should know him pretty well. He used to have a nice evaluation service going on, a recruiting service, if you will. Let me just see one thing, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my Facebook, and that ain't looking how it's supposed to look right now. So hang on, I got these screens working right now, man. I'm trying to get this in. Let me see. Hang on a second. Put that there. Let's open that up right there. Boom. Service, if you will. There it goes, right there. All right. So I like it when a plan comes together, man. I don't know about y'all, but I love it when a plan comes together. So let me just make sure. Okay, good, cool. All right. Did I not? Ain't looking how it's supposed to look. All right. So as I said, big show tonight. Charles Campbell is going to join us today. He's going to give us an inside look from Shift Sports. Right, Shift Sports is a name, image, and likeness company, that's going to, fill us in a little bit, fill in the blanks, or a few blanks anyway. We're going to try to give you what we can in a 15, 20 minute, maybe 25, 30 minute segment right quick. So he'll be on to give us some insight on that. The other guy, man, hey, man, I told you we're trying to be more than just a basketball show, right? We're trying to bring you some education, synopsis, if you will, to get you parents ready for the overall game. And, I know I talk a lot about the shady people but this guy here is a great dude, man. Has been, we talk about S.A.Ts, y'all. So S.A.T training. This dude's with Formula Inc. His name is James Durham, man. He's produced two college kids himself, man. One of his kids is Ike Durham, who's playing college basketball somewhere. We're gonna get that. I got to get a checkup. I don't want to say the wrong college on there, but I know he's somewhere in here. His older brother Jabril is playing in Belgium right now, overseas, man. Probably in about his fifth or sixth year, I think, or third or fourth year. I can't remember, but playing very well over there, man. So James Durham is going to come on and talk about the importance of S.A.T training, man. And this guy, his success, record is, on point. Everybody that I've talked with, and I've talked with a lot of people throughout the years that have gone to his training sessions and, to prepare for the S.A.T test, come out passing that S.A.T with flying colors, man. So we're going to talk a little bit about what he does and how he can help get your kid ready. We're going to give you all that information as well. What's the sense in you paying all this money for training, skills training and everything, and then if you ain't doing the same thing for S.A.T training? I don't care how smart or maybe how lacking that athlete is, your kid needs that kind of training as well. So we're going to talk a little bit with him. And then to top it off at 9:00, we got some smoke coming out the doorways right now, man. I don't know if y'all can smell that already, but Terrell Woody of Universal Academy is going to be on to talk about his program. We'll give you a little insight on who he is. a lot of people, better start recognizing, this dude's what do you call it, resume. Yeah, this dude has one that a lot of you guys that's trying to keep him, trying to hold him back, can't even compare with. All right. Yeah, Terrell Woody from Universal Academy is going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock, and we're going to chop up some things on what he's seeing in the prep school environment as well as the AAU. We're going to touch in the AAU grassroots scenes as well. He's very adverse in that field as well, and pro game as well, and across seas, over in Europe and so forth. He's had players, is what I'm trying to tell you right now. So Terrell Woody will be on at 9 o'clock again. My man Charles Campbell will be on shortly, and then we'll dive right into the name, image, and likeness conversation of tonight's show. I want to do this one more time, y'all, because we lost a legend, man, and a good friend of mine, and I had a loss of words, man. Talking about this, Cynthia Guillory. She was, man, a true. I like to say she was always a pioneer of this grassroots games. I mean, it was only a couple of guys when I started doing my coaching for my kids when they were back in the first, second, third, fourth grade, fifth grade, and then I stopped then. But Cynthia Team Fort Worth had you only had back then. You only really had Wes Grandstaff, Mike Kunstad, and Cynthia Guillory. I really want to say Cynthia was doing the tournaments long before Wes as well, but Wes is another pioneer. I like to throw Wes in that as well, because when I started, those were the guys that were in town in the DFW that was throwing major tournaments, along with Clyde Jackson down in Houston, the Beaumont area and so forth, as well as Kingwood and all the the Passers and so forth. But here in the DFW, Cynthia Guillory was a legend as far as her tournaments, and she didn't take no bull crap from anybody, man, and she was definitely a pioneer for the women's game here in the AAU ranks, if you will. She always fought for the equal rights amongst the women here in the DFW and the state of Texas, and probably across the nation as well. A lot of people really knew this woman as a fighter, and she's defeated. She defeated cancer a couple of times, and hang on a second. Let me do this again, y'all. It looks like Charles is having some issues, and I kind of did something different as far as that is concerned, as far as doing the invite on the shows. But let me do this thing again right quick. Hang on. Let's do that again right there. Hang on a second. I do want to make sure that I get this over to him right quick. So let me just play this video one more again. All right, one more again. All right. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. I'm trying to make sure something's going on with JD's email. Come on. And let me just do that right there. All right. So sound like my boy is in the green room right quick, y'all. Hang on a second. Hang on. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. All right. There he is, man. My guy right here. Turn your radio down, my dude. Charles Campbell, y'all, with Shift Sports. I'm at a loss of words, man. You know, you're going into a new field on me now.
Pete, what up, man?
Everything good?
It's good. Can you hear me? I'm just trying to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you very well. Very well.
Good, good. Yeah, you know,
real good.
You know, talking about transition, you know, I started with the scouting service with Hoop DFW and everything. And but my passion and my background, my career background is in marketing, brand management, client management. So it's something that I've done for 10 plus years, as long as I've been in the workforce. But I'm a basketball addict, just like you, just like everybody else. And so the opportunity came to me with the NIL. It's a great opportunity to work with young people. And what we're doing with Shift Sports and my co-founder, Frank Byers, valedictorian of SAC, graduate of Texas A&M, was a walk-on at Texas A&M. We both have an experience with basketball that contribute to us having a passion to make sure that young men, young women that are college athletes are able to maximize the NIL opportunity. Because just like, you know, anything else, there's a gang of sharks and all types of people in the water and all over this thing. So, you know, I bring my expertise, he brings his experience, and we're looking to work with young people. We actually have a couple of announcements of guys that we'll be working with this week, so this year. So stay tuned, on the lookout for that.
No doubt, no doubt. Frank Byers also happened to have been on the show once before already, man. You know, so it's amazing how you and I still have a funny way of having that same thought process with people, if you will. And I had him on. We talked about, you know, because he's one of the kids from the DFW, man, that's you know, played through this game, used this vehicle, basketball, to, you know, enhance, you know, his future. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we all know what kind of, you know, smart kid this guy was. South Oak Cliff graduate, and then A&M. I mean, he's done big work, man, and I'm just so happy for him. And to hear him with you, you know, is even funnier, man. I'm just, like I said, it's just amazing how, you know, I'm just, you know, just seeing these kids move into positive directions, and then they connecting with people that I've had positive relationships with, man. It's just amazing to me, man.
You know, me and Frank go back to my first year with Hoop DFW. He was my first athlete that I let have his own blog on the site. So
really,
we followed him around that first season. He wrote for us monthly and kind of documented his journey, both on the court as well as off the court. That's a shameless podcast plug too. With South Oak Cliff as they, you know, finished up their senior season. So, you know, Frank was an extremely sharp kid. I mean, Bill Gates scholarship award winner. So he had all 4 years.
Yes.
Paid for at A&M. And now he's a master's student there now working to finish that up, but also working somewhat in the athletic department. So yeah, he's a great kid, and I like to keep youth around me. It keeps me young, but it also keeps me on the edge of what's going on out there in the streets, as we call it.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, so name, image, and likeness.
Man.
Me and probably half of my audience out there, you know, and probably they're not all on right now. I get a lot of viewerships that watch it after we're live or whatever, man. But I get text messages and DMs and so forth through the Twitters and so forth about this name, image, and likeness, man. What do you know about it and so forth? I'm kind of, you know, on the wait and see kind of side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? And so I got you on here, man, because, you know, this is right up your alley. Your company is in this business, man. Give us the lowdown about name, image, and likeness, and why this is important for the people to be aware of it.
Well, it's important because for the longest, the NCAA has kind of had a free labor situation. We sit up, we
Mm,
love March Madness, we love
kind of like slavery.
we
Oh,
love
never mind.
college football, we love all of that, and they make billions of dollars advertising. Revenue, coaches get bonuses, make millions and millions of dollars. They get the
Hmm.
contracts extended when they make the tournament. So for the longest, the people that are putting in, and I don't want to disrespect anyone, they are putting in the work, but we know what a college athlete does. He or
Right,
she,
right.
they're in class, and then after class, they're in study hall for basketball. They're in weights for basketball. They're in
Mm,
practice for basketball. They're in individual workouts for basketball, film sessions for basketball. So all of their time is really limited to basketball and school.
okay.
Certain
Mm,
situations, your school will put together your schedule for you to make sure you're available for basketball. And so there's been this argument for the longest about, okay, is a scholarship enough to compensate these young men and these young women? And on one hand, yes. However, um, I'll just use an example that's very close to me that you're aware of. A young man that went to college, big time school in the Big 12. He was freshman season. His jersey sold out in the school store in probably 10
mm,
minutes, to the point that family and friends couldn't even buy his jersey. Now, that same young man, it does not receive any compensation for it. But it's his jersey, it's his number. At the time, they didn't have his name on the back of it, but it was his number. And so when you look at the
mhm.
fans, you see, oh, wow, there's hundreds, if not thousands of people representing this young person, and he has no opportunity to do so. And being a college student, a lot of times, if the cafeteria is closed and things like that, depending on where you come from, you don't have the extra income to, go get something to eat, or you're struggling. I mean, they do get stipends in certain scenarios, but a lot of times these guys are low on funds. So NIL is an opportunity really just for them to build a brand, become an entrepreneur, and take advantage of their athletic ability that has taken them this far as earning a college scholarship and playing on some of the biggest stages in college sports.
Mm. That's interesting there. Um, how's everybody going to get paid on this?
Well, there's a lot
Parents.
of
I'm
different
talking
ways.
about parents. See, because a lot of parents want to know how, is it just strictly through the kid? Because they're of age now, right? Or
Correct,
how y'all
correct.
go about doing that?
Well,
I know I might
in
have jumped
terms
the
of
gun a
payment,
little bit.
you said what?
I might have jumped the gun a little bit on it, but
Well, I know
you know,
you like to get right to it.
yes,
But
sir.
in terms of how you get paid, with name, image, likeness, you can be really creative. One of the major things that we're seeing in the market right now are these deals, sponsorship deals. So college athletes are now partnering with brands to say, hey, you provide us promotion, we will, give you money for that promotion. A lot of times, depending on social media following, as well as just awareness. On the first day that NIL opened, we saw the two twin girls that play at Fresno State. They received a large deal from Boost Mobile. They had
Mm,
over like a million something followers on TikTok. They're good basketball players as well. They both average about 19 points a game.
mm.
But Boost Mobile reached out through an app that they use, Icon Source, which is kind of a partner in the market, and they struck up a deal. And on that first day, those girls were in Times Square on a billboard for Boost Mobile. So in terms of getting paid, there's a lot of different ways. Now kids are able to host their own basketball camps with their own name, image, and likeness. They're able to start podcasts just like this, or YouTube channels
Mhm,
and content, and monetize
mhm.
that content, because we know coming up through high school, a lot of what they're doing is on YouTube. The mixtapes, all of those things gain millions and millions of views, and those things have a dollar amount attached to it. So excuse me
Okay.
there. In
No,
terms
you
of
good.
getting paid, there's many, many ways. And personally, I suggest that parents are involved. Our company, we work not only with the athlete, but we work with the parent as well, the family member,
Okay.
whoever their decision makers are, in
Okay.
helping to manage and work with their business. It's something
Okay.
that we facilitate in terms of marketing. We help them develop products. We also talk to them about accounting, financial health, as far as how to manage your money, paying your taxes, because there's all of these things that are involved in NIL. You just can't just say, "Oh, I'm just signing a deal," and that's that. In many states, including Texas, you have to form a business entity. So you have to form an actual business entity. You have to pay your taxes, And then it does give you the opportunity to work with a company like ours, or you can hire an agent. We're not agents, but you can hire an agent that you can work with directly. So NIL is just a great opportunity for young people and their families to kind of earn a little bit of money on the side. Now, everybody's excited about those huge deals, but every deal doesn't look like that. You know, there has to be some realism. Looking and doing some research, there's an organization called Open Source. They're kind of a marketplace for NIL. Their average deal was like $900. You know, that was the average. You know, those $20,000 deals, and those are kind of limited to some of the special, more, you know, more prominent prospects that are also working with agencies and people that are able to help them develop their value. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it does. You know, we just want to touch bases, you know, because parents, that's the first thing that's going to pop up in their heads, and that they're asking me about, and because you hear about all this money that a lot of, well, a few kids, Percy Miller's, is it Percy Miller?
Yeah,
his son, $2 million deal. He just,
the funny thing about that deal right there is Master P owns that company, so he basically gave his son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gave his son $2 million.
That's interesting, ain't it? Yeah.
P is amazing when it comes to marketing. So when you set your son's value like that, it goes way up. But yeah, if you notice, it says an American technology company. But if you dig a little bit deeper, P is one of the owners of the company, and so
I like that. I didn't. You know. Honestly, I didn't even look at that. You know, I saw the headlines 2 million. I'm like, dang, really? And he ain't supposed to be all that good either. He said he's just you know, he's okay.
I mean, but you know, the thing is, when you have a father like Master P, you get that awareness as well, you know, and I think it's a great situation for them, but also for Tennessee State, because that's what's been in the news. Everybody wants to talk about it, and it brings awareness to Tennessee State, which is an HBCU, which I believe, you know, those opportunities exist for kids that go to those type of schools. You don't have to just go to a high major school to be, you know, to capitalize on NIL. As a matter of fact, NAIA has had NIL for a whole year prior to the NCAA. So NAIA kids are actually taking advantage of NIL, starting companies. One of the major companies that has been started was by a girl who's an NAIA athlete and her father, and they connect athletes with brands. So it's not just something that's available for NCAA high major Division I athletes. If you are an athlete at the college level, I'm specifically saying college, and we'll get to, I know you were an athlete in high school, but at the college level, it's an opportunity for you, NAIA, NCAA, because you have your own built-in support system. So you can develop your own products, and you can really kind of just be creative as you want to be when it comes to capitalizing on your name, image, and likeness.
Right. Okay. All right, so I'm just trying to move some things around on here. Bear with me 1 second. All right, so what kind of kid, what kind of player, what kind of athlete, man? And because we're a basketball show, what do you have to do? What do you have to be, man, to get companies like yourself, you know, involved? And let's just be real about it, man. You know, because everybody ain't gonna capitalize on this name, image, and likeness thing, is it? I mean,
well, you know, it's funny that you say that, because name, image, likeness is really kind of the influencer marketing game in terms of social media, and influencer marketing has been around for a while. And surprisingly enough, guys and girls, I just want to make sure I'm reaching out to everybody, but the influencers who may have less than 10,000 followers, just a couple thousand followers, they're able to see deals as well. It's really about how you engage your audience. So, you know, sometimes there's product being offered, sometimes there's money. I know some guys right now that on that first day of NIL, they had maybe a couple thousand followers, and they took a couple $200 to $300 deals to post a product and say, hey, go shop at so-and-so, and boom, boom, boom. So it's really about the negotiation. But, you know, as athletes, as a basketball player, you want to just build your social up. You want to build up your value to these brands, because at times it can be product, but then a lot of times, you know, you can catch $200 here, $300 there. As a matter of fact, this is kind of on a larger scale, but it kind of gives you an idea of the type of money that's going out. The University of Miami is partnering with an MMA gym, And the MMA gym is giving every athlete, every football player, let me clarify, every football player in the program of
Saw that.
$500 a month. So it's not everybody thinks you're just going to jump out and get $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. You're probably going to see more smaller bites, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, just depending on who you are. Now, of course, the athletes with those humongous followings, they're going to be able to come in more. And surprisingly enough, your women athletes, your women basketball players, they are, as well as women influencers, they kind of do a lot better than the guys. So,
Yeah. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Is it because of beauty?
You said what?
Beauty sells, right?
Well, I mean, let's be honest, it does. Not to be chauvinistic or anything like that, but in the marketing space, beauty does sell. But women are a lot more engaging when it comes to social media. They communicate better. They communicate more. They're really more free with, in terms of commenting, talking to their followers, posting very frequently. They're very much more engaged. Us men, we kind of, we kind of take a photo and we'll leave it for a month and we won't post. I have a guy right now who's an all Big 12 player who signed to our company. And when we had our initial meeting, he told me, and all the time that he's been in school, he's only posted 4 times. So it's like, building your social media. I mean, and he's all over television, Big 12 athlete, a lot of notoriety. And he's posted literally just 4 times in several years of being in college. I just think the women athletes are just more engaging outside of the beauty comments, the aspects of it, but they're just more engaging. They're very much more so engaging.
Okay. What is your ideal candidate of who you want to get to get up under Shift Sports?
For us, it's somewhat about your brand, right? It has to make sense from a brand perspective, someone that we can work with. But we like to work with guys that are high character guys that we don't have to worry about on campus or doing foolish things. Because when you jump into advertising and marketing, you're not only representing yourself, now you're representing another brand. So it reflects poorly against yourself. But now also, let's say if you get into a sponsorship with Coca-Cola, if you're out here getting DUIs and doing things and fighting at parties and things like that, that's going to reflect
DUIs.
Yeah, right. It's going to reflect poorly on Coca-Cola, as well as you and your family, as well as the college program. So we like to work with high character guys, guys that really have a sense of entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I love building businesses, doing business. So guys that are entrepreneurial minded. We want more than just let's get a whole bunch of deals done and go about our business. We really want to help you develop your brand, teach you how to do that as well. Develop whatever products that you want to develop and sell and build. And by the end of it, you are a full-blown entrepreneur with a set of skills, not only that help you take your brand, whether that's professional basketball, but also into the workforce on your resume, to where you can say, for the last several years, I've built my own brand. I've done my own thing. And here's a resume of what I've done. I've done marketing. I've done product development. I've done marketing campaigns. I've done social media campaigns. We really just we come alongside, and we're all about the empowerment and the education of it. For us, it's more than just signing a deal with us and then, now we go and get your deals and that's it, which we're going to do that, and which we're doing that. But for us, it's more entrepreneurial minded, brand focus. I see the chat. You just opened up the chat. Got you.
Yeah, I was so excited about having you on, dude. I just forgot to booyah. No, man. This is really an exciting time for me, man. Seriously, man. I've got three guys that I've been friends with for years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On my show today, and you guys are so informative at what you guys do. My bad. I just how I get sometimes, man.
It's all good, man.
I get too far into, all right. But all right. So anything you want to add before I end up letting you go as far as for name, image, and likeness for Shift Sports?
Well, the one thing I did want to address is the high school piece. I've been on social media and I've seen a lot of information. A lot of high school parents are confused. One, they're interested, obviously, because it's a new opportunity. But then there's a lot of confusion on what can we do as high school parents and our players, or what can we not do, so on and so forth. And so right now, since we're in the state of Texas, you're in Dallas, you cover
Mhm.
Texas. I'm pretty sure your followers all over the country, but you have a strong Texas audience. As a high school athlete, there's nothing you can do in terms of NIL. Texas is not a
Okay.
state. Texas is not a state where high school athletes can take advantage. As a matter of fact, within the law, the Texas law governing the NIL within our state, it specifically says that an athlete cannot take advantage of their NIL prior to their enrollment in college. Not commitment, not signing a letter of intent. They have to actually be enrolled in college. So that's why, if you're following Quinn Ewers from South Lake Carroll, he's number one quarterback in the country. I believe he has 1 million followers or something of the sort on social media. He left South Lake Carroll and enrolled early at Ohio State so he can exclusively take advantage of his NIL, because he was unable to do so. The UIL has said, you cannot take advantage of it. I know there's been some information out there from some very prominent and important people in the industry saying that you can. I'm going to tell you now, if you do that, your child will be ineligible. And if you're chasing a scholarship, you're going to want to make sure that he or she is on the court, on the field, able to play. So as a high schooler, and personally, my suggestion is don't worry about NIL right now as a high school athlete. If you're able to do mixtapes, if you're able to build your brand, do that. But don't be so overly concerned with, hey, that logo looks good up there. Don't be so overly concerned with NIL that you're forgetting the main goal is, one, you got to get to college to take advantage of it. So
Right.
don't do something that would make yourself ineligible. And then people, oh, well, what about Mikey Williams? What about Mikey Williams? Well, Mikey Williams has made a decision to play outside of his state association in North Carolina. So Mikey Williams is going to a new prep school situation, and they're just going to basically play a showcase schedule. He won't play for any district championships, conference titles, state championships. He won't do anything of the sort. He's going to travel, take advantage of his NIL, and then make whatever decision that he's going to make at the next level. But Texas is one of the states where you can't do anything with it. So honestly, if you're being approached by any brand saying, hey, sign this, we're going to give you a deal, sign with us, you're going to be ineligible. So I just want to make sure I keep repeating that, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it a lot on social media. I'm seeing a lot of people who haven't necessarily done the research and looked into it. And they're making decisions that potentially could put these young people in jeopardy of reaching the ultimate goal of playing in college.
Yeah, because I sent you that one Texas middle school guy, 7th grader, man. Signed a little deal, gear deal. I wonder if it's kind of related, like almost like the Master P kind of thing, where Daddy gave him some kind of
it probably is, but in middle school and high school, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. If you are interested, if you're a kid of that caliber, wait until you sign, wait until you graduate, really wait until you graduate high school to really kind of start having those conversations with brands like myself, because there's a lot of people are going to approach you in regard to NIL. There's a lot of agencies involved, a lot of marketing companies like ours that are involved, and we're not approaching any prospects while they're high school students. Once you graduate, you can start having conversations, but you can't do anything until you have officially enrolled in college.
All right. And I got to bring on my guy right here, right quick, man. James Durham of Formula Inc. Right quick. I know you kind of listening in a little bit, JD. You got any questions about this name, image, and likeness for Charles?
No, man, he made that real plain. I mean, I think that's real key, man. And I see, man, doing this like a little awareness training often, man, because people are going to get caught up. I think if they're not aware.
Some people are already getting caught up, and it's unfortunate, because we run into stuff because there's money involved. But if you just do a little bit of Googling, you'll see that there's a lot of trouble that's kind of starting to stir up. And personally, I think the NCAA wants it that way, so that
so they get it back on.
They could come back and put the parameters around it and say, well, it didn't work this way, we're going to do it this way. But man, JD, good to see you. Your services, guys, you need to meet with JD to make sure your kids are prepped for SATs, ACTs. Excellent service that he offers. Definitely a great resource in the DFW area. So Paul, thank you for your time.
Hey, first of many more to come, brother. Trust me when I tell you, the door is always open. I know we're going to have plenty of parents as time goes on, man, and as we grow the show, they're going to be asking more questions about name, image, and likeness. And I'm meant to have you on speed dial every now and then, man. Well, I might have to call you.
My phone is right here on my hip, man. It's right.
All right. Charles, we definitely appreciate you taking time out, man, to join us tonight, man. I appreciate it again. Love you, brother. I wish you all the success in the world with Shift Sports, and I'll be seeing you around, cuz.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say one more thing, if I can.
Sure. Go ahead.
Like you said about Cynthia, it's interesting. The last podcast interview I did was on her show, and it's been a hard week because she was somewhat close to my family. Paul, you know that. I met Cynthia several years ago, and she was definitely a pillar to basketball in Dallas on both the girls and the boys side. And it's a sad time. I definitely send condolences to Von Zell and his family and the rest of the family and all those people that she touched. So I just wanted to make sure I said that before I left.
Did you see the little tribute I did to at the beginning?
I did, man.
Of all the pictures, did you see yourself in there?
You know what? But man, thank you. I really appreciate it.
No doubt, man.
All right,
brother. You be careful, man. Thank you for joining us, man. Take care.
Good job, man.
All right, dude. That was my dude, man. Charles Campbell, man.
That's powerful, bro.
Let me do this right there. Yeah. Let me, as I put that guy right there, Formulas Inc. Man, I love this logo you have, man. This is top shelf stuff. Hang on a second. I thought I did this. Hang on a second. I know I did this. Hang on a second. It's not doing it. It's not carrying it over for me. I don't know what's going on with that, but I got to figure out. Anyway, we'll get it figured out. You got it big as day right there behind you, man. I like that, man.
Yeah, man. That's all credit go to my boy Percy Bryant. Is a guy I went to college with, and he does all that brand management stuff. P Ray. That's a shameless shout out, but he designed that for me, man. Yeah. So
okay. I like that, man. I like it, man.
Appreciate it.
Hey, S.A.T. training, man. Talk to me. What is Formula Inc. about? How did you come up with this, man? I mean, some stuff we got to know.
This is, I've been doing Formula Inc. since 2005, actually. It really started when I taught. I was actually laid off from my engineering job, and I ended up going into teaching. And I taught at Campbell High School, man. And you know how it is when you're teaching in the hood, man. You have to give a little bit more than you normally would. So I just started off, man. I was teaching algebra and pre-calculus. And Campbell always have had athletes, man. And one athlete just came up to me and said, man, I need to pass. And I need to pass this test. And I don't know how. And it took off. I mean, I just was doing it for free. And then I started, I was coaching. And,
I'm sorry.
And as I was coaching, man, there were just various kids that were getting denied scholarships, for not being able to pass the test. And I just saw opportunity to help kids, man. And I embraced it. I love math anyway. So I just started as tutoring for math. S.A.T.
Okay.
And over the years, man, of doing that, it just blossomed into, I do college career counseling now. I do GED testing, ACT, PSAT, STAR testing. I help kids in college right now, grown folks going back to school, getting their degrees. So it just done expanded and exploded into everything. But the niche came from, dealing with athletes. And seeing athletes struggle. And I said, we got to do something about it. And, I partnered with guys, all the directors, man, Stacy Houston stuff. He sent me so many years. It wasn't even funny. Nick over at Kimball, Snoop Johnson, just, countless. So everybody know if they want to pass it, come see me, right? They want to
I know a lot of our DeSoto kids in the we sure needed your help. Back in them days.
I did many a session over there, boy. I got many a story, boy. It's
no doubt, man.
It's a blessing to see when they come sit in my living room, man, and they're struggling, and then they come back the next time and they crying because they passed, and it's like, scholarship changes lives. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And so
yes, sir.
when a kid come back to you and say, Coach, I did it. I'm like, yeah, man, you did it. I told you could do it. And so that's what I get out of it. The only thing I ask of any kid that I tutor, I said, when you get your scholarship and go to college, just bring me a hat and a polo shirt so I can go play golf in it and brag on you. That's the only thing I ask, man.
That's awesome. And, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a blessing though, Paul. It really has, and it's needed. This past year it was ironic because the pandemic hit, and then they were telling kids, "Hey, you don't have to worry about it." They were waiving the S.A.T, right?
Really?
Yeah, they were actually waiving it. And so, but here's the thing. See, it's good for them. They've been waiving them so the athletes could go and they didn't have to worry about being eligible. But there's an academic portion to it as well, right? See, when kids leave off that academic side, they dependent on just the athletic side. And I always tell kids, go get both. Go get both. Go get the academic money and the athletic money. Because I'm gonna give you a prime example. My son Jabril had a full ride scholarship to Lubbock Christian when he first came out of.
Remember that? Yeah.
Right. Man, do you know they also offered him an academic scholarship? Well, what does that give that coach? That gives that coach some leverage. If your son is highly academically inclined, let him take the academic side. That leaves a free scholarship for that coach to have some flexibility, right? Yeah. And so now the thing is, your son got to go and keep up them grades when he go.
Can't slip up.
If he mess up after that first semester, they're gonna be like, you didn't maintain your 3.5, and But it does offer the coach some flexibility, man.
Awesome. You've been doing this since 2005. You talked a little bit about seeing the kids that probably didn't think they would have any chance of passing, the joy of doing that. How many people do you have? Like, we got a classroom right now. How many do you hold in a session? And when are the perfect times for your sessions for me to bring a kid to you to sign up and so forth?
Glad you asked. That's a great question, man, because here's I could make a lot of money doing it, Paul, especially with it being virtual. I could stack up hundreds of kids and tutor them on this call. But you know what? Right. I won't take no more than 5 kids at a time. Okay. When I have a boot camp, I take 5 kids. I've had up to 10, but I only take 5 because I try to give those kids what they really gonna need to pass. I'm more about that quality than that quantity, right? I can go out there and make it, but my passing rating is about 87%.
Woo!
You see what I'm saying? I stack up what I do with Karen Dillard, who's out there in Plano. If y'all Google Karen Dillard and look up her history, I stack up what I do with Karen Dillard. I don't have a $1 million facility. So the program works like this, Paul. When a kid is about to take the S.A.T, let's say they're taking the S.A.T at the end of September. I start a boot camp 4 weeks prior to that test. 4 weeks. And we tutor for 2 times a week. Either once during the week, once on the weekend. 1 hour. 1 hour. I don't try. See, they get tired of hearing you talk. The kids today, their attention span about this long. So we tutor for about 1 hour. We test, we grade it, I score it. The same way that the ETS people do it. I do it. So when those kids are done with me, we tutor right up until the Saturday before they take the test. That week, let's say they finish tutoring on Thursday. They take the test Saturday. And the reason why I do that, Paul, is because I want the information to be fresh on their mind. And one of the differences with what I do is I teach you how to pass the test. Because that's all it is. A lot of parents,
Okay.
a lot of teachers have our kids afraid of these 6 letters, Paul. They scared of the letters S.A.T. and A.C.T. They put that fear in our kids. They put that fear in our kids. This test is proven not to be a test of how smart you are. It's not. If it was a test of how smart you are, they'll have physics on this test. They'll have calculus on this test.
Okay, I'm following you.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And this is the stuff I discuss with the kid, because they come to me with all this mythology in their head. And one of the first things I do is I break down all of that mythology. It's kind of like basketball. When the kid come to you with all that irky jerky stuff and can't do a layup, you say, let's learn how to do a layup before you Euro step. You get what I'm saying? Let's do it. Yeah. So
I like that.
That's how I work, man. And it's only thing I ask the kids to do is every day. Once I give you strategies, you have to go home and you have to read over the strategies for 20 minutes to 30 minutes every night. And so that's how the program is developed. We come back, we talk strategy work, we test again. We test every time you're with me over some section. And the reason why we do that is because when you get through, you already have an idea what kind of grades you're going to make before you take the test.
Okay.
So you walking into the test. See, a lot of kids are failing the test because of the anxiety.
Okay.
And they don't finish the test because the test is timed and all this good, and they just go to writing anything. And so, man, we break down the whole testing concept, the strategies behind it. We score it, and kids walk out of here confident, man. Now, like I said, I'm 87%, so I'm not 100%. But guess what? When they fail, they come right back, and we go right back in. And you really never fail. You just don't make the score that you need to make. You know what I'm saying?
To get that.
Academic scholarship or the athletic eligibility requirement. Most of them, they hit that mark though.
Right.
Most of them hit that mark. But I've had some sad stories. Trust me. There's been some people that's had to take it 5 times.
Dang. How do you I know you keep coming back, keep doing it. How do you motivate a kid like that? What do you say to motivate? Because you got to take it. It's just like basketball. It's the same thing. It's a lot of motivation in everything that we do when we're talking with kids these days. What do you say to a kid that's struggling like that?
Really, first thing I do is I get the parent out the way. I always tell the parents, I need you to step out the way.
Same thing in basketball, huh?
Get
them out the way. I got you. I like that.
I try to tell them I'm gonna be on them enough, so I don't need me to be on them and then you to be on them, and then they hard on themselves. You get what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So I try to remove that. All I ask the parent to do is just do follow-up questions with them, like how did it go today? How did your score come out today? What did you learn different? That kind of stuff. I don't be like, oh, you ain't got it down. You got to go in there and study. I don't do that. But what I do, the reason why they're motivated, Paul, is because I cater their training to what they love. If I get a Marquise Bolden, I'm not going to sit in here and me and Marquise are not about to be studying and I'm going to be talking about see Jane Doe run. I'm going to train him based on basketball analogies. I'm gonna use a lot of things he's interested in. And so I'm trying to keep him interested that way. But the motivational part is saying there's a lot of people supporting you. You got a lot of help. You can't give up on yourself. What are your goals? You talk to them around that stuff because again, all of that stuff is their mom and dad tell them. But when somebody like me is coming and asking those same questions, I sit there and I look at them like I'm dumb until they say, well, here's one of my goals. And I'm saying, okay, this is the start of that. If your goal is to be in the NBA, then you got to go do what those guys did to get to the NBA. You can't, you can't say you want to go to the NBA and you don't get up at 6 a.m. and you're not running, you're not doing laps, you're not doing something that an NBA player does every day.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Okay.
So the motivation, a lot of it, man, is just geared toward what do they really want. And if you really want something, you're going to have to put in the work. I don't sugarcoat it. I ain't never been no sugarcoater.
Right.
You got to come get this work. And so, like I said, I relate everything to what they're doing from football. I had Von Miller. Von Miller was one. He was a little, Von Miller was a little lazy.
A little off the tracks. Yeah, I remember that.
But he woke it up, though. You know what I'm saying? He woke it up.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Look where he at, you know?
Yeah,
so, it's a few of them out there like that, man, that you just have to go on and say, don't waste this talent.
Yeah.
But again, Paul, it's not a lot of them. That's just the athletic side. I tutor so many academic kids as well. Just I know you talk a lot of athletics, but man, I have so many academic students that are doing well, man. I had 3 kids go to West Point, top of their class, man, and now they calling me I'm trying to get kids to go to West Point as opposed to going to Prairie View. So
you're from a Prairie View guy, alumni of that.
You know it at heart.
Speaking of which, my dude, I talked to Boss the other day, Tristan Wallace. I told him he was going to be on the show the other day. He told me to tell you said hi, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
You're one of the PV dudes and one of our guys as well.
Absolutely.
Eric Chill Clark right here, man. I don't know if you know Eric. Eric Clark, out of his son was EJ Clark, came out in 2018, I think it was, and Pro Skills.
Oh yeah.
He's saying you're providing great info on this. Cost price, man. I don't know if you have a set cost. How do you do that, man?
Right, man.
You guys, I know you work with people, so.
Oh yeah. You know, I work with them, man. The cost for my sessions is $600 for 8 sessions, right?
Okay.
$600. I work with everybody around payment plans, installment plans. A lot of people won't even tell you that up front, Paul. That's you know. And I tell them, I say,
that's why I'm a little hesitant to ask you at first, but
no, man, Paul, come on, man, we still the same. But here's the beauty of mine, Paul. Here's the beauty of mine.
All right.
Let's say that person does not pass after those 8 sessions. You know what I do? The next time they come, they don't pay. They get 4 free sessions.
Okay.
They get 4 free sessions. Let's say they don't pass again.
Okay.
Then they get the next 8 sessions free. So you can take it 3. You won't get your money back because at the end of the day, you know what? This is more of a ministry than a profit for me. Awesome. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. And I tell the parents that it's more ministry than profit. You're gonna get more than what you come for. You're gonna because you're gonna get a little bit of word. You're gonna get a little bit of counseling. You're gonna get a little bit of chastisement. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get you're gonna get way more than what you come for. So it's more of a ministry than a profit for me, man. So.
I like that. You're almost like a skills trainer, because you really are. You're a formal coach. I've sat on the other sidelines, across from you and so forth, or across the bench and so forth. So you know how to motivate. I mean, I don't see why people wouldn't come to you, especially people that know you. And I know a lot of this comes off of referrals as well. So that's another reason why. Do you get any brushback about your prices, anything, man, on that?
To be honest, I have never gotten a brushback about
the
price. They have.
Okay, good.
Because listen, if they go to Varsity Tutors or if they go to Karen Dillard and they go sign up,
they're gonna pay more.
Karen Dillard charges about 4 times what I do for half the time that I do it.
Oh my goodness.
Real talk.
Goodness.
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
It's like I said, I work with everybody.
Okay.
That's awesome. And I don't chase because it's all referral. I used to have a big time website set up, and people used to go out there and fill out their application, tell me what they want to do, and they used to come directly to my phone. And I was spending like $125, $130 a month, and I would get 1 call, 1 commitment. You get what I'm saying? I said, I'm going to use famous Amos strategy, word of mouth. And
word of mouth.
I work with so many people, and that's another thing. You don't have to chase because the people you deal with know how you are, so they refer good people to you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I don't never chase. I don't have to.
Okay, I like that, man. I'm trying to think of anything else that's on my mind that anything important that else they need to know that I'm not thinking anything on.
Don't wait too late. Get started now. I don't care if you're a freshman. Don't wait too late for this test, because at the end of the day, your academics gonna take you further than the athletic side. Don't wait too late. You can get scholarship. You can get put in the scholarship portal for things. Those distribution lists goes out when you score a certain score at a young age. You are already in a database to be notified for scholarships, and so you want to start this thing early, man. I mean, 8th grade, you start taking that PSAT. 9th grade, PSAT. 10th grade, start taking the SAT. Start taking it.
Yeah.
And get it done.
I'm trying to figure out how to, I'm new with all this Restream software that I'm using and so forth. Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen. I did it yesterday because I wanted to be able to, and then I forgot how to do it, man. This is crazy. I'm trying to show the SAT dates on here. And I'll just go ahead and read them out. The first one is August 28th, 2021. Registration deadline was July 30th. You got October the 2nd, 2021. September 3rd is the registration deadline. How soon do they need to get with you as far as on that? Like October 2nd? You too late on that?
October 2nd? No. Not October 2nd. Now that August 28th, we already full. Yeah. We going strong right now with that.
Okay. And then you got November 6th.
A lot of people catch me late and they just be like, "Oh, I want to do." Oh, this is one thing I do want to say. Do not allow the kids to do this and say, "I'm just going to see how I do. I want to measure myself." Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't even waste the money doing that. Just tell them to contact me. I'll send them a test and I'll grade it and I'll score it. And I'll do that free if you're gonna do that. I mean, don't even do that. Just if you want to know where you are, just send them to me. I'll give them a test. I'll time it, everything, and I'll score it. I'll give them the score. Yeah. Wow. Don't go waste the money like that. When you take it to pass it. That's what I said. You take it to pass it. All right.
All right. Anything else that you thinking that you don't want to leave out?
Nah, man. As far as that goes, no. I just want to echo what Brother Campbell said earlier and send my condolences to the Guillory family. She was a pillar in this thing, man. And I remember her doing tournaments way back before they built the UTA center that they're in now. We was in the old part of the
gym. We was in the recreation center. Yeah.
And so, man, when I heard about that,
we had plenty of battles in that gym over there, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I got to say this, y'all. Me and JD go a long way back, and you always got one dude that's keeping you in check. This was my guy that was keeping me in check. I forget just the Suns versus the Heat and the Mustangs versus whoever, whatever. I remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this guy right here. Honestly, I almost made the biggest mistake of my son's career in high school, and this guy right here talked me out of it. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember that night, and I can't never ever thank you enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting watery in my eyes right now thinking about it right now, because I kid you not, the minute we won state, you were in my thoughts too, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you pulled me off the ledge, man. And a lot of people were shocked to even hear me say that you were the guy that talked me out of that. And it was crazy, man. So I was actually, everybody's talking about what a DeSoto homer I was. I was out the door, headed to Duncanville, and this dude yanked me back and said, "Hey," and you didn't even have to. You weren't even at DeSoto anymore. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You took, you and I ended up going to Lancaster, and I can't never live that down, brother. I'm glad I got to make sure you know that I'm so appreciative for that, man. And I wish I could do so much more for you. You know what I'm saying? Especially, get you off doing what you're doing, because it's a positive thing that everybody needs to pay attention to, man. Yeah. So I love hearing the stories about you and the success that you guys have, because a lot of people talk to me about that stuff. So,
let me ask one question though.
Sure.
I haven't kept up with my own high school up here, man. What we gonna do? What the Soto got this year? We loaded or what?
Well,
we got
I know I haven't been keeping up with anything now since they got rid of Coach Golden, and yeah, they tried to cut him without having a job, and they finally ended up letting him finish his teaching job and so forth. So I don't know what's going on over there right now. Richard Bacon, I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's making bad moves or anything. I want to make it sound like that at all. But right now I think Richard's got to, he's trying to figure this thing out on his own. Yeah. And he's trying to do it his way now.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay. All right.
Him and Coach Dyer are two different people. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? And
you know that window. You know how that window go though. That window.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what just happened to my dude. He just went off the screen all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. I thought I see his he's still in that green room, huh?
He was, and now he just disappeared.
Okay.
All right. So he'll be coming on in just a minute. Okay. While I'm waiting on him. Hey man, Jabril is over there killing it over there in Belgium.
I'm proud of him.
That, man.
He in Germany now. He just left going to Germany.
I'm sorry.
He just came back
did that
Belgium,
down, because that's where Cam was going to be headed too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he and Cam played against each other a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah,
I get that.
I say, Jabril, you should have recruited him to come to your squad.
Well, I said, because you need a point guard, man.
Hey,
man. That's what I've been telling him.
I know it, man. You always got to have your point guard, man. But man, I'm proud of him, man. He's done his thing. He got married, right? So
I saw JD. Hold on, JD. Hold on. Hang on, I'm over here slipping on my job over here, just so excited to have you on right now. You know what I'm saying? Good, like, you see what I'm saying? You looking at the screen right now, JD.
Where you get that at?
I could have pulled off a whole bunch of other pictures. You know what I'm saying? But I was going to use that. I was going to use that as hold on a second. What did he say? Went into okay. Yeah. But we waiting on. Let me tell them we waiting on you now. Yeah. Waiting on you now. So, but no, I saw a lot of pictures, and I do remember when he was getting married because Mason was telling me and Jules that, and I think Jules was supposed to go, but I think that's when he got hurt again or something. Okay. I don't remember what happened. Something happened to where he didn't get to go. But man, just amazing. Just seeing these kids grow like this.
What about the little Jules?
Man, right now we don't know what he want to do. Just been playing hockey.
He playing what?
Hockey.
What? Really?
Yeah. So we just got him in the back.
On ice?
So let me tell you. Yeah, ice hockey.
Wow.
So let me tell you this. 4 years old, 5 years old, he was killing. And I mean killing.
Yeah.
They would be 26, score be 26 like 8 or something, right? And he'd have like 22 or 24 points. And he would tell you, JD, you would love him, dude. JD, he would tell you, Jules is the passer in this family. I'm the shooter. And he was saying that as a little one, doing the LeBron, with the knee and all that coming up the court. I mean, dude was like, if you would have saw him, I swear to God, you would have said, hell no, that ain't Paul kid. Why you ain't making him do push-ups? I could just hear you saying that right now, But, and a total different approach with this kid from me, with this kid. Him and Jules like night and day. Right. But he was killing, so I played him up 1 and 2 years. And now them points ain't coming like that. Now he got to facilitate more, and he got pissed. Right. Said he didn't want to play no more if he got to play with them. So now we got a pissing match between father and son. Okay, Then what you gonna do? Yeah, if you ain't gonna play with us, what you gonna do? Yeah, I'm not gonna play basketball no more. I'm done. It's not fun to me no more. And Mama said you can't make me play. So I said okay. So 1 year went by. A third year went by. 4 years went by, and he says, "Man, I think I want to play basketball again. Let me go on and get back out." So now he's behind. You understand? So we've been the last year now. Well, I won't say last year. The last 6 months, he's been Tuesdays and Thursdays at Tony Hobbs at Bridge Academy, getting his work on. Oh, yeah. I'm just looking at my next guest right here. Terrell, you need to get some light over there, brother. You good? I know you light skinned and all that, and but I can't be enough light for you.
All right, big dog.
Can you see me? Terrell? Can you hear me?
I don't know if he can hear you.
Uh-oh. I don't know if he can hear me either. Terrell, can you hear me? Let me hit him. Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on with him right now, but all right. So JD, Formula Inc. right there, y'all. There it is.
I appreciate you, Paul. Man.
That's love, man. I love your logo though, on the real top.
If you need anything, man,
let me know. Yeah, same here, brother. Same here. Always appreciative of you, man, for coming on, man. I owe you big time. Absolutely. I can hear you, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right. So no, I hear you, JD. I'm sorry. I'm talking about my man. So JD, thank you for coming on, brother.
Appreciate
I was trying to see if Terrell had any questions about SATs. Terrell Woody. I don't know if you know Terrell Woody or not, but Terrell Woody is at a prep school called Universal Academy. That wasn't around when we were doing our thing back in the day. That's just recent. I mean, the school has been open, but they just started a basketball program a few years ago, and he's been the captain of that ship here in the recent years.
Cool.
And great dude, man. So hopefully you'll get to listen in on this a little bit. And
I'm gonna listen.
Woody, you don't have any questions? Woody? Uh-oh. I don't think he can hear me. I cannot hear you. Let me see. So, all right. So we're gonna figure this out sooner or later, right quick. So,
all right,
hey, JD, I definitely appreciate you coming on. I do want to invite you for a future show.
Man, whenever you want, man, whenever you need.
I'm thinking about doing a roundtable kind of thing. I can have up to 10 people in here, right? Cool. And kind of do a roundtable thing, about the state of the game right now. And I know you've been kind of looking in on because you're always watching. You know what I'm saying? You're the CNI of the South right now. The all CNI of the South.
Yeah.
And so, I know you see some of the things that we dealing with.
Yeah, man.
He says he can hear me, but I can't hear him. Okay, so but I do want to invite you for something like that, because I definitely think a guy like you, man, has a lot of ideas, man, that can help, reshape this game. Now, I know you've been on a couple of tweets and so forth that I have. I kind of finally got it where I wanted it, with the directors and everything a little bit right now. Now the goddamn parents going crazy, JD. I'm like, wait a minute. All right.
Man, hey, your job is hard, brother. You and both y'all that's in that media game, Hicks, all y'all, man, y'all job is hard, bro. Y'all got a hard job.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. I didn't think it was going to be this damn hard. Really, I mean, I got into this to help. Hey, speaking of which, Ike, where's my dude? Where's he at? I know he's at somewhere by Texarkana or something, right?
Yeah. So he's finishing up. He's he graduated last year, so he's gonna start his master's program because he got that one more year eligibility, and we're gonna take advantage of it. We're like, hey, let's go for it. So he's gonna go and he gonna finish with about 21 hours toward his master's. So hey, I'm all for it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
and on that note, man, I definitely got to thank you. My son don't get here without you, bro. He just got his master's last semester, man, and now he's working on his second master's for He's going to do a double finance. He got his undergrad in finance, sports management, and master's. So now he's trying to do the finance master's as well. So again, we don't get there without you, bro. It take a village to raise a family. You were definitely one of the ones that was so instrumental in his progress, man. So I definitely thank you again. All right, brother, man. Tell your wife I said hi. I miss y'all. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can have some kind of get together back in the day kind of get together with all the boys, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
You take care. All right. There he is, my dude. Let's bring him back in. Now, Terrell Woody, are you there? See, I cannot hear not anything that you are saying right now. So, do you have a cell phone you can go on? All right, we're going to figure this out in just a second. Hang on, y'all. Bear with me because I know this brother got a lot he want to say right now. Yeah, I'm sure you don't have any microphone connection right now, Terrell.
What about now?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You can hear me?
Hey, I'm just
You can hear me?
finna send you something. Okay. Now you over there looking like a dark skinned brother, man. And I tried to make this a light skin only show tonight, bro. Man. I had Charles Campbell on early talking about the NIL. You know, then I had James Durham on talking about S.A.T training. You know, I thought that might have been something that you would definitely want to chime in on to talk with him about. You know what I'm saying? Dude is good at what he does. Trust me. He said he got 87%, passing number, if you will. And I know he's good. I know he's probably better than that. He always tried to be a little modest on stuff like that. Hey, what's going on, T Wood?
Just woke up, man. I had to set my alarm clock to get up. I'm tired, man.
So give me the life of T Woody, man. Terrell Woody, man. As far as a day, what's your day like, man? Especially when I don't want to even say summer right now because I know you're in and out. But regular days, man, Monday through Friday. What's going on with you, man? I know you do a lot of training and so forth.
No, well, I mean, just get up, get my son off to school, get to our campus. We work out in the morning. We lift, speed and conditioning. We lift on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings. We do speed conditioning and explosive workouts on Tuesday and Thursdays. And then in the evenings, we have an athletic class where we work out and and do things and stuff like that in the evening.
Okay.
So that's been. And then I try to get back home with my son and do the stuff.
Same with him.
Stuff with him. Yeah.
Okay. Those of y'all that don't know Terrell Woody, this is what he looks like, man. See, he's light skinned. He ain't that dark brother you seeing right now in the background over there.
I don't look like that no more, man. I was a little. I was overweight, right?
Okay, yeah, you probably would. Okay.
Yeah,
but
man,
you should have seen the other picture I almost put in on here on you. I'm gonna let you make it. I'm gonna let you make it.
Let me make it.
The one where you said UCF. Speaking of which, UCF resume. Hey, I want to make sure people understand, dude. I don't just bring anybody on here, man. This guy here is probably, when we talk about coaches that have been on this show and coaches that I'm thinking, eventually end up having on. I don't know too many coaches in the game right now that have the skins on the wall that right now more than this dude right here. Terrell Woody has been around. He's got his training. He's probably one of the best big man trainers in definitely in the state, probably one of the best in the country, and definitely probably one of the best in the world. And you've had guys like Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. When I first met you, you were training him. And Dominic Jones used to be for the for the Mavericks? Was it Dominic Jones? Was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Roddy
Beaubois. I remember Roddy Beaubois. He was training him around those times, man. We could name drop, left and right tonight, man. I don't want to just necessarily do that because, again, we always got haters left and right that, want to talk about this kid and that kid. I guess I want to go ahead and start off with that, man, before I start really going off into your resume on here. We had a Twitter spat last week that we saw where we were talking about some other stuff, and then another guy came in saying some other stuff about this player and that player. When you hear all kind of stuff about what you, there you go. You look better right there, bro. Hang on, I see you. Hang on.
In this room, I have a pretty hard.
There you go.
Connection.
Okay, I'm good with that. With that. Damn, you do look smaller, cuz.
I stopped hanging out with Josh every day, man, at the food spots.
Okay. Josh Woodson, y'all, is who he's talking about, of Max Levels Elite. Yep. We'll be having him on one of these days coming soon. So I was saying, we were talking about the Twitter guy the other day. You get guys like that always, want to downplay your resume or kids that you had at Universal or anything?
Well, this is the funny thing about this.
Excuse me.
All right. This guy is a white radio host for one of the radio stations here. And he has a black man's face on his Twitter. And that's why you saw me go back and say, I found you. Yes. So he has a black man's face on his Twitter. And, it was that kind of upset me because you're portraying yourself as an African-American and you're not. We have these things going on, man. It's a lot of guys that are perpetrating and that are, not real, and they're trying to sell themselves as being real. But we're dealing with kids, man. And the only way we're going to,
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yep, that's him. That's
okay.
Yep.
All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. I know his name. Okay. I'm not even going to blast him right now because he ain't said nothing since I told him I found him.
Okay. Now I got him on alert right now. Thank you for that. I need to, I need to know these kind of things, man.
Yeah, man.
The guys like that be DMing me and,
it's funny because I can promise you this: if you're doing the right things, you're having the right type of conversations, you really are doing the right stuff, people are going to try to put you down. They're going to try to make it seem like, you're not doing the right things. And it's a lot of times it's because they're not doing the right things. So,
right.
Nobody wants anybody. I mean, man, listen, man, I had a lady crying to me on the phone 2 days ago. All right.
Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal's mom, Big Shot. Just crying at how happy she was that he was able to get into New Mexico State and go to New Mexico State. She knew he wasn't going to school. The lies that were told to her before she came to Universal Academy.
Can I ask what kind of lies? I mean, what give me some
lies like, oh, you got to watch the school, you got to watch the coach, watch what he's doing and all this stuff like that. The school is not accredited. All these type of things.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And and she came over, she called me, she wanted to meet me. This wasn't me. This was, he had played with Josh in the summertime, and Josh this guy needs to get better, and this guy needs a stern, strong coach that's going to teach him how to be a man.
Right.
And it was funny, man, because I talked to her and I told her, I said, the people that you're talking about right now, they don't even know me. I was like, they've never sat down and had a glass of water with me. I said, how can you say you know someone? And this is the problem now that's going around right now, is that people understand that they actually know somebody. Now, Paul,
Right.
You do know me. You've been
I
to
do.
the crab with me. You've been over
Yes, sir.
house watching fights with me in the big
Yeah.
penthouse.
Watch Dolores sleep on the couch that night.
Yes, Dolores.
Elijah Mama.
Yes,
Hello, Dolores.
Out.
Passed out.
You know, and it's crazy because people, they see you walk through a gym and you say hi, you know, you say hi, they say hi, you say hi back. Then they start talking about you and telling people that they know you.
Wow.
And sometimes, man, you gotta ask questions. You gotta ask a person, you know.
Yeah.
And I get this all the time. I'm telling you right now, man, I get this all the time when people talk to me, because I don't recruit. I don't recruit. Right. Okay? Okay. People come to me and they talk to me. And 99% of the time when they do come to me and they talk to me, they always saying somebody said something negative.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Why? Like, I'm not.
Let me ask you a quick question on that. Why don't you recruit? Why do you not recruit?
Because you know, I respect coaches. I respect the grind that we as coaches have to put in. You know, you're gonna have great coaches, you're gonna have good coaches, you're gonna have bad coaches. You know, I respect coaches. And I feel as though that, you know, we all have, you know, what we're trying to do with kids, you know, some at some levels and some at other levels. I respect the grind that the AAU coaches put in the summertime with people's kids. You know, there's not one AAU coach that can tell you that I've been any different to them or any type of way to them or whatever, always laughing in the gym, saying hi, talking to everybody and stuff like that. Because I respect that grind, man, that we do when we take away from our kids and our families to spend time to try and help other people's kids and families do right things. You know what I'm saying? Some get a bad rap for a reason. Some get a bad rap for, you know, just because, you know, what they're saying. But that's why I don't really recruit. I don't, you know, it's been, you know, you had a kid in the picture behind me. All right.
Okay.
Will Shepherd.
Right.
Will Shepherd, nobody thought Will Shepherd would ever get a college basketball scholarship. But he stayed.
I wouldn't say just not a scholarship. It just depended on, to me, I always said what level. What I'm saying? And he went higher than a lot of people gave him, you know, credit for going. And that, you know, big props to you on that. Listen, but go ahead, finish your.
Went higher. He could have went higher. But
you
know, hit me up maybe about a week and a half ago, just out of the blue. I mean, I could share this with you on the screen. And just said, hey, man, will play major minutes this year. That's all he said. Okay.
He's at Oakland, right? Yeah.
At Oakland. And it's the school.
Him and my guy, Mason Gibson.
Mason
from Allen.
Mason twisted his ankle, so he really just started to come back from a bad ankle sprain. But, you know, I talk to those guys all the time. But, you know, just the fact of the matter is that, you know, that kid worked every day, you know, every day.
Your other screen is trying to come on. What's going on?
Let's mute that one. Let's mute that one.
I don't have you on. That's on your end. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
All right.
And
okay.
Yeah. There you go.
The kid.
Yeah, there you go. The kid. You sure you got that muted?
Yeah, I just turned it off. All right. Is that better? That's better.
Yeah. So hang that one up. Can you hang it up? Can you disconnect that one?
I just did.
All right, it's just slowly going away. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the kid, he worked every day. So he worked every day. He stayed with the process, you know, and he went to Oakland and he went to a school that fits him. They shoot a lot of threes. That's what he does. The big shoot threes. That's what he does. He's 6'9".
Right.
You know, you send them to the places where they're going to do the best thing they can possibly do. I never heard anybody go sit basketball. You know, when we even go to the outside court, we go to play basketball. And when you go to school, you're supposed to go to play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Basketball. So go to the school that best fits you. You know what I'm saying? And give you the opportunity to get on the court to showcase, what it is that he or she can do. Me and you went through one of those situations with Marquise Bolden. You know what I'm saying? And he went and set basketball because he didn't listen to the people that really had his best interest at heart instead of going and play basketball. And we all know how that turned out. So
and that is how the story goes.
Hey,
my Run DMC moment right there. You all know how the story goes.
But one of the things that I have, man, and one of my biggest problems right now is, and I gotta say, y'all, is media. Right. Media is a big problem with me because when you are a media person and you're supposed to be servicing everybody, and let me say something. I think that I think that you guys are totally underappreciated in a lot of ways. All right. And I think that, people don't value your time and the money that you have to spend in order to, put these things together.
No doubt.
So they think it's just a free thing. It's not a free thing when guys travel.
But that's a two-way street still, because, some of us actually love what we're doing. Oh, yeah. Number one. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And at the same time, I think a lot of us forget, why we really should be doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lot where you're heading. And I sometimes have to pull myself, over a little bit as well, because I think this last year here, it was kind of strategic for me because I wanted to start planning on getting this piece coming up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more stuff that I'm trying to bring with this YouTube thing. I'm going to end up doing 2 nights. Mm-hmm. And one night is going to be strictly, Monday nights are going to be strictly about highlights and showcasing players, their videos and so forth. So that's the other piece that I'm working on. But, I hate to go on me right now, but, I just don't like being in the middle of just happened to that one. Is that plugged in? Okay, I'm sorry. I just said for me, I know I didn't give what I needed to give. And a lot of kids, I think, kind of suffered just a little piece, a little work that I did, that I used to do. Right. But getting back to what I was trying to get at on this, and I think this has a lot where you're headed with this. A lot of kids, and there's some stuff that I've been saying the last few weeks as well, the last month or so, we're too focused on the top, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys. And we done forgot about, 20 on down. You know what I'm saying? And Gasso, as much as we dog out TexasHoops.com, Gasso, they put out more content on top 10 players or top 20 players than any of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I say that even over me, a guy that prides himself on trying to find those hidden gems out there like that. I think they put out a huge amount of content on other guys. Let's go ahead and categorize that as other guys. So when I first started doing this, when Jules graduated, my why was I want to help kids like my son Jules. I want to help kids like JD's son, Ike. That was my why. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to help get those guys noticed because those guys could play. You know what I'm saying? It's just they weren't Marquise Bolden or they weren't De'Aaron Fox, blessed with the height and all the other skills and so forth, right? So sometimes, like I said, you got to pull yourself by the coat and say, remember your why.
That was a nice.
And I don't think a lot of media guys are doing that.
That was a nice little group they had with Ike and Jordan and Dez. Yeah. See, I remember the kids. I know you guys does remember those kids, Jules, that was
kids that could play. Yeah. That class had a lot of kids that could play, man. They just didn't get the whole lot of opportunities. And again, like I said, that's why, I had to take a seat back a little bit to look at stuff, to reassess what I'm doing. And I think a lot of the media guys now are not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And they're steady, so focused on making the money. You know what I'm saying? That they're I hope, and I'm not talking about any one in particular. I mean, a lot of guys are starting to get in this thing and doing some things and making some money, making some tracks, getting some followers and so forth. But I say this all the time. If you're trying to make money doing this, you're not going to make no money. So I'm going to let you know that off the top. You've got to really be doing this for the love of helping kids right now. And I think a few of them get it, that the old heads are starting to understand that a little bit more now versus the younger guys. And so, did we lose you, Woody?
No, we good. We still here.
Okay.
Josh, the link, and I just told him, I just was trying to tell him that it's on YouTube.
Yeah. If you want, you can send him. You can email them that link. He can come on if you want to bring him on with you.
No,
that's totally up to you. All right. So your beef is with the media. I totally get it. Go ahead. I just wanted to put my little excuse in there, if you will.
I don't have a beef I don't have a beef with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Your concerns. Your concerns are deep.
I come from a point of, this is a game that every kid loves to play. You know what I'm saying? And they're supposed to enjoy it. I'm a tough coach. I am a tough coach. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I demand things out of the players, but at the end of the
now we lost you. Okay, hold on. Something going on in his connection. That's there he is right there. Let's bring him right back. You there?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I just ain't got no picture. What happened to your screen, bro? Woody? What, are you still there? So I can't hear you, Woody. All right, there we go.
We good?
Yeah. Okay. So when you're on your cell phone, I think you're gonna have to click your whatchamacalls off, your do not disturb on.
Right.
Because it'll when you get a text or if you get a call, it's gonna interrupt your whatchamacall here. All right. So you said your concerns right now, you come from a place where everybody mattered, everybody loved playing this game and so forth. And
yeah, I mean, all the kids, man, they like playing this game, man. And like I said, I'm a tough coach. I demand a lot out of my players that play basketball for me. And the reason why is because, when you go to school, those demands are going to be a lot higher. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of the kids, they kind of find it out and understand when they get there. You know what I'm saying? So, I try my best to implement it early, so it won't be such a culture shock to them when they do arrive on the campus and, somebody's making millions of dollars and feeding their family to, to coach this game, and, they're going to demand that you come in and you want to win and you want to be a team player and do the right thing. So I try my best to do those type of things, and when I'm doing this, but I like to give kids opportunities and chances. And that's exactly what, I've been doing, me, myself, and Josh, when we've been at Universal Academy. I've been doing it the whole time. Everybody who's basically come through has been a chance person, giving them the
right.
And the way I look at it is that, I've delivered on a lot of it because the majority of them are going to school and doing what they need to do. What I say about the media is that, talking about certain kids only, you know what I'm saying, and not giving other kids, some just due. I went through that this summer with a kid that I had, Kyron Lindsay, that played ball for me at max levels, who was great in a max levels uniform. When I say great, I'm talking about great.
Right.
Kyron, we went to Austin. He wanted to go to Augusta. He did a very good job of making the decision that he made. Of course, me and the Pops talked about it. You know what I'm saying? Made a great decision, went to Peach Jam and played. He represented the independence like no other.
Yes, he did. But so well that if he not gotten hurt,
they would have probably
Pro Skills would have won that. Pro Skills would have won that, and he would have been the MVP of the Peach Jam had he not gotten hurt. So that speaks volumes. I tell you, I'll give you another one. My dude CJ Luster. I saw him play for you guys and was lights out. One of the best knockdown shooters, and off the dribble shooters. The kid could put it up. In the state for that class this year. Then he played with Texas Impact for Chapter 13.
Yep.
And he lit it up on the Under Armour circuit as well. He, shot. If it wasn't for him, Texas Impact would have been in trouble in the live periods that they were in. So, another kid, ended up excelling very well and didn't get any love. And I'm be honest with you, I didn't see anything on Kyron Lindsay, nor did I see anything on CJ Luster. Another guy, Jamel Cofer. I saw him last year at the ASAC tournament, and oh my God, dude was a super killer. And to see him not get any love this year was just crazy. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's deliberate. That's my issue.
Why do you think that is? Let me ask you that. Why do you think that is?
It's deliberate because of the hate for myself and Josh Woodson. It's deliberate.
Yeah. I think, and I love Josh. Now me and Josh have had some of our bad days. Hell, you and I have had some bad days. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the day, I think we all all of us recognize what we're all about. At the end of the day, it's about these kids, and that's why we end up gravitating to each other in a positive way anyway. But I never realized, honestly, till the summer, being honest with with you right now, how much they hate Josh Woodson. For real. You're just in one of the guys with him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's just you. I think it's it's more so. Josh rubs people wrong, for some reason, and I do too. That's why me and Josh get along so well now. You know what I'm saying? Because we both are cut from the same club. But go ahead.
If somebody is rubbing somebody wrong when you speak the truth and speak in your mind and you speak the truth, you can't you can't rub somebody wrong. Only a liar and somebody that's a coward, they will be the only people that would be rubbed wrong when somebody speaks the truth and and speak their mind on something. Hey man, I can tell you like this right now. If me and you right now don't talk about Tyrese Maxey, all right, as being in the Josh Woodson stable, nobody would talk about it. They all try to make it seem like it's just Tyrese Maxey was just hanging around in Dallas and you know what I'm saying? Josh Woodson brought Tyrese Maxey up.
Yeah, as pups. I remember them days.
About this. You don't hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
They give guys who don't even do much for kids more publicity on a kid than guys that have done things for kids. And it's because the blatant hate. Yeah. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly on that. I agree.
Look at it, man, and I just say, give people their due that are doing the right things. Because at the end of the day, that's what I've never, Paul, since I've been doing Universal Academy, and I've had some great teams at Universal Academy.
Right.
You and Blue. And when Ani Uma was doing
media, right.
Y'all the only three guys I ever seen in a Universal Academy game.
Oh wow!
I've never seen anybody, and we've had some bomb games there,
great talent, all kinds of stuff. Y'all the only 3 guys I've ever seen at a Universal Academy game. And I don't charge y'all to get in. I don't charge anybody to get in.
No. You sure don't.
Get in.
Yeah. And I will be in attendance on several games this year as well.
Right. I mean, but it's it's almost like, I'll go back to 2 years ago, man, and me and Buff had a conversation. Okay. And he put out the top 20 players in Dallas 2 years ago. He put out top 20 players in Dallas. And Jaquan Scott wasn't one of them. Jaquan Scott was not one of them. And
was that 2020?
I called him.
2019, right?
2020.
Okay, yeah, 2020.
And I called him and I said, dude, really? And I really didn't know Tyler from Leadership Prep was the one that sent it to me, was like, it's nowhere in the heck Jaquan can't be on this.
Yeah.
And so I looked and I was like, dang, you mean to tell me you got 20 players here that's better than Jaquan Scott? But that's and so he told me, Jaquan had just put up 40 and 15 on Sunrise. At Sunrise.
Right. I remember that.
And so Buff, after he got off the phone, he called Luke. All right, Coach Luke from Sunrise.
Okay.
So he's texting me while he's talking to him, saying, why, Buff is calling me, asking me about Jaquan. So Buff calls me back. He goes, yeah, man. Luke say, man, that guy is da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, come on, man.
Yeah.
You really have to ask Luke about Jaquan Scott. I said, okay, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point in time, it just lets me know, that, you have your picks at what you want to have your picks at. And that's, when it comes down, you talk about shooters in Dallas. You see Will Shepherd name never come up in the shooters.
Right.
From these media guys. I really care what they say anyway, because their opinion, their opinions don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I have a different type of opinion. My opinion is for the player. My opinion ain't for my likes and all that stuff like that. So I'm not even going to worry about that kind of stuff. But I just talk about that because I know I have respect for the media. I respect the hard work that the guys do. But at some point in time too, don't show your hand. Go out there and keep, doing what they need to do for all the players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can tell you right now that Casey Wallace is going to have a good game. I can tell you right now that Keontae George is a good shooter. I can put my dog out there on the court, and he can see that. Let's talk about somebody else.
Yeah. I agree on that. I definitely agree on that.
Yeah, man. I just, and I think it's sad, man, because, I'm back.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you got
kids. Again? You think it's sad? What?
I think it's sad because you got kids out here that are working their butts off, man. You know what I'm saying? To try their best to become, college ready players.
Right.
So I mean,
not to get any love from the locals. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and then you got these people that, they hide behind and talk behind people's backs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm gonna clear one up right now that a lot of these guys. So it's a big kid that came over to my school, Caleb Taylor. Okay.
Caleb Taylor. Okay.
So his parents were looking for someone to get him better as a player. It's about 6'10", learning how to play, young kid.
What class?
He's a 22. He's a 22.
Okay.
And so last year, they were referred to me last year by Dante's dad, stepdad, Toby. So, but last year was, it was COVID, a lot of stuff like that was going on. But, of course, I don't recruit. so he went and started playing for PB Nation, and you know, my name came up in the situation with them, and Johnny was like, you know, hey, look, you know, I gotta give my boy Johnny Jordan a shout out too, man. He one of the real guys out here that's doing it too.
Okay.
So you know, so anyway, so as this kid started getting better, a lot of these schools started recruiting him because they knew he was leaving. You know, you had RGW STEM, and Trinity down there, Trinity Christian, and high school. They were all trying to recruit him, but you know, the parents wanted him to be developed. So now you got these guys telling lies. They start lying now and talking about a kid named Connor Redrow. You remember Connor Redrow?
I remember Connor.
All right. So Connor
left. Just sent me a follow request last week, as a matter of fact.
That's my man. Connor left Universal right after his sophomore year and went to Prestonwood. And whatever went down at Prestonwood and everything, you know what I'm saying, Connor couldn't get into a Division I school. Now let me say one thing. Connor Redrow and Will Shepherd came into Universal Academy under the same thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now everybody that they're trying to tell, they was trying to tell Caleb's parents, oh man, I don't think he's gonna be able to go to school over there because that kid Connor Redrow couldn't go to school from over there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Connor and Will was on the same thing. If Will can go to school, Connor can go to school.
Yeah.
But these are the lies that they look for. Man, I'm not lying on nobody's program. I want everybody's program to be successful. You know, you was one of the ones that saw that when those two kids from Faith Family left to go to that school. And I said, for what?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
And I saw TJ Caldwell.
Well, you know, one of them stayed now, though. TJ Caldwell stayed.
Caldwell and his dad at the Gasso. And I told Caldwell, I say, man, this kid doesn't need to go out there and play basketball. He's fine here. And that man will tell you, I said that to him. He's fine here. Like, why, you know, like, you know, you got these coaches putting in all this hard work to, you know, develop the kid, and then you turn around and run away and go and play somewhere else after all of these things have happened.
Right.
You know, and you leave the program stranded. I had that happen to me with Art, Cam, and Colfer.
Arthur, was it Kalama? What's the name?
Kaluma, yes.
Kaluma, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Theirs was done in a different way. Arts was done the way Arts was done. It was really to benefit him and his family. And if anybody wants to hold somebody back from doing something with their family that's best for their family, then
it's not good.
And that's not me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know, but to make a long story short, you know, we had a great year the year after that, even when they were gone, you know, because the guys under them were being developed right before their very eyes. So they what they need to do. But, you know, man, you just get tired of it, man. And, you know, I wish that, you know, our culture, you know, our people would learn how to stop trying to put each other down and stand beside each other, you know, because there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody. And we don't see that, you know what I'm saying? And we never, you know, we always trying to, you know, see how we can pull each other. We crabs in a bucket. I say it all the time.
Crabs in the bucket. I was just getting ready to say it.
Crabs in the bucket, man. Me and Von Zell talk about this all the time. Just the pull down effect of trying to pull each other down. You know what I'm saying? You know, the way he started out in that program and he grew that program. You know, the way Josh started out in his program, you know, and he had to grow the program. You know, I mean, everybody has to do what they do. You know, they're doing. They wasn't given anything. They had to grind in the program.
Did y'all go down to the A.S.A.T tournament?
Yes,
this year.
Yes, we did.
Who brought you to the A.S.A.T tournament last year?
You did.
And I didn't do that this year, did I?
Nah, you didn't do that this year.
Who did it this time?
Nina and Vaughn.
Crabs in the buckets.
I don't get that.
Think about it. It'll marinate on you. So same crab in the bucket theory right there, brother. You know, just to show you how that same thing works. I brought all y'all down there.
Okay.
And somehow I didn't bring y'all down there again this time.
Okay. Well, and I don't know any, I don't got any backstory on that, but I just want.
I'm kind of giving you a brief synopsis on that while you talking about crabs in the bucket, and you bring up a guy.
We ain't talking in code.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that crab in the bucket? Because I like for everybody to say what they need to say. How do you feel like that was crab in the bucket?
Who brought you down there last year?
You brought us down there last year. You brought us down.
I brought Bronzell and them down there last year too.
Right.
And just like you saying how people do things and say things to get you out the way.
So you feel like Von Zell said something?
Ain't no feel like it. Ain't no feel like it. It happened. You understand what I'm saying? So when you bring up a guy like that, now I say, Terrell, that's not a good example to bring in this conversation. Well, because that's definitely one of the guys I feel like is one of the crabs in the bucket that definitely trying to crawl over people on that.
And listen, and to Von Zell's credit, to your credit, and to all people's credit, I've never had a bad situation with Von Zell. We've always had great situations together. You know what I'm saying? I would judge Von Zell or you off of anybody else's dealings with them, because you can't do that, because everybody had their different, he may not like you or I may not like him. You know what I'm saying? So
and I I'm a big boy. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
Trust me.
The way I see it is Carlton is the man that ran the whole thing. Yeah, I don't agree. Carlton has to make a decision. That's the way I would look at it. You know what I'm saying? Not Von Zell. Von Zell don't run Carlton.
I didn't say I ain't saying Von Zell ran anything, but when you can use certain leverage to do things to get people moved out the way, you know what I'm saying? So you can move in on that. Man, I don't have no respect for people like that, bro.
I would probably
and it's your same situation that you're saying. These high school coaches, right? They trying to get you out the way, Terrell, because they trying to get that player. That happens in college basketball religiously. Of course. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to always continue, just like people are going to try to make power moves to get closer to the rich man. You know what I'm saying? So they can get their stuff funded. Like the situation I just brought. It's a state of life, man. I mean, we're all big boys. We're all grown about this and so forth. Stuff like that happens. But what I tell you, when you say crabs in the bucket, and you come back with a guy that's in the bucket that's doing some climbing over people, that's just wrong. I got to speak out on stuff like that. So no.
Just in my case, he's not a crab in the bucket to me.
Well, he hadn't done anything to you yet because you're not in the way of him making some money.
Well, hey, listen, let me say something to you. People do things for money, you know what I'm saying, that it is. I mean, it's all kinds of things people do for money, man. I mean, so
no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
And I just don't. For me, I'm the kind of dude that's like this now. I don't make no money doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even I didn't really make a whole bunch of money working with Craig now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I brought Von Zell and Nina into the picture to bridge that.
I'm gonna say something. You do have a general love for the game. You do have a general love for the game. That's one thing I do know about you. Now, when you get that dog about somebody,
that venom
about somebody.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But you do have a general love for the game, man. I mean, I can never disrespect that one. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these guys, they don't have a general love for the game. You know what I'm saying? They just hitting and saying things for retweets and likes. and
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
I tell people all the time, I'm a Twitter guy. I don't care whether you retweet or like my tweets. You know, I don't make any money off of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just spitting out fire right now. And hopefully somebody hears it. You know what I'm saying? And pauses and thinks about it. You know, think about it. Take a moment to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to shake that tree. You know what I'm saying? To get certain people to understand what's really happening. And that's why I do what I do on Twitter and so forth. But this ain't about me. This is about you, Terrell. And one of the other things I want to media wise, you know, I heard your voice about media. How do we shake the masses up in media to support, you know, the kids that are not getting the love? Because I'm gonna tell you, I got one parent that's like ranked. Her kid is ranked. His and her kid is ranked number 12, or highly ranked, top 20 kid in the 22 class, right? Top 20 ESPN. They go down to Orlando and telling everybody down the reason why they're going to California is because they don't get enough media love in Texas. But they highly ranked in ESPN. Help me understand that one.
Well, I can't help you understand that. You know why? Because parents have a whole different opinion on the game and their kids than most coaches and most media.
Okay.
So sometimes you have parents that want a little bit more, and the ESPN ranking is really what matters, you know, but
exactly.
They just want a lot more love from the place where they feel like their kid is grind at, you know? And I mean, what has happened with media is it has put parents and kids against each other because they're not understanding that there is biased media out here.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
it always has been. It's a growing amount now.
A lot of times when you see the media fighting amongst each other, you know, I remember Buff had this tournament and he said something about media credentials, you can't come in, you know, and I'm like, God dang, you know, that's just.
Let me answer on that, because I kind of know why he said that. You know, Buff is in the opinion that, and a lot of other tournament directors are in the opinion that we let media guys in free and ain't nobody writing nothing about the tournament.
Right. But here's what I say. I say it's a better way to do it.
Okay.
I say you pull the media guys that you want to come into the tournament. You put them together. You don't have to blast this on Twitter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that makes the media guys look like they're fighting.
Right.
You don't have to blast that on Twitter. You pull the media guys in and you say, hey, look, you know, if you guys are coming into my event to cover, I need you covering. I don't need you hanging around, you know, watching games and you got in for free. I need you covering. And that and not saying that it's wrong what Buff did. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the perception of the image that it projects in that situation. You know what I'm saying? It projects an image that the media, you know, right now, media is powerful. It's very powerful, man.
Great.
And let me say something. It's powerful, and I hate to say this because, you know, I'm a person that, you know, that just be like, yo, that's crazy. But it's powerful to not only kids and the parents, it's also powerful in a lot of college coaches.
Yes. Yeah. Agree.
And
agreed, man.
It's true. You know what I'm saying? But I tell the kid all the time that a media person is not going to be the reason why you go to college. It's going to be the hard work that you put in the gym that's going to be the reason why you go to college.
I say that religiously. I'm only a piece, a fabric of the cloth that you have made. young fella or young lady. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yes.
Your efforts, your work ethics is going to be the thing that gets you to where you're going.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got a kid right now. Him and his brother called me, and he might be listening to the show right now. You know, he appreciates the you know, the hookups that I put him in or whatever into with certain people and so forth. And it's, you know, yeah, I might have been the mouthpiece for that, but it's at the end of the day, it's still the kid's work,
you know,
that gets him in with those people that I plug him in with or whatever. So,
you know, speaking of the event that you talked about last summer, I remember last summer when I was down there last summer, and
okay,
I think you had came and got Josh and the
yeah,
little
yeah,
guy Brandon Jenkins. He
yeah,
was
yeah,
asking Josh, well, you know, hey man, I was hearing that Kofa and Shaq's not going to be qualified, and and so Josh came to me and Josh was like, you want to hear what Brandon Jenkins just said? So I went over to Brandon Jenkins and I was like, well, how can they possibly be qualified and they got a whole year of school left?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't get where you're getting this from. Oh well, you know, I just heard. No, don't say you just heard, because
yeah,
say it looks like Kofor and Shaq are qualified.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because Kofor's going to SFA,
Yes,
and Shaq is going to New Mexico State.
yes.
And I think now that's happening now, though, Woody. I think a lot of those kind of rumors now are going to, you know, evaporate.
But let me ask you,
You understand what I'm saying? Because now
let me say something. Let me say something. Why is it a rumor? Why is it a rumor?
You know,
Why is it a rumor?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you that because I ain't never said that. I ain't never.
I bet you money this. I bet you amount of money this. I bet you any money ain't nobody gonna say, well, why the guys from high school ain't go to college?
I don't know.
I bet you they ain't gonna say that.
Hang on. Time out. With that said, Keontae George is headed to IMG. Arterio Morris is headed back to Kimball.
Which I think is messed up. You know, I know Brian wouldn't, you know, say that for me, but I think it's messed up because it's so late in the game to do something like that. You know, to not even give a program a chance to recover. You know, and that's what I was speaking about, the way Arthur and the Cam situation and the Kofor situation went down. It went down to the point where we talked about it and it gave me an opportunity to recover. You know what I'm saying? You know, so now, you know, this guy doesn't get an opportunity to recover because you've already started school and these guys are basically, you know, jetting on you and rolling. Now, I didn't say whether or not if it was wrong or right. I don't want anybody to be, oh, Terrell said that it was wrong. You know, no, it was how it was done. Because, you know, you at least give the guy a chance to recover. Now, like I just said, he wouldn't say that for me.
Right.
I can tell you that right now, he wouldn't. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm about all basketball and all coaches. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, man. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta have an opportunity, man, and we all gotta face that music one day at everything that, you know, has been presented to this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And the kids, man, they gotta understand that there's a sense of loyalty that you gotta have, and then the coaches gotta be understanding too that there's a sense of loyalty that you have to have.
Yep, yep. I'm thinking to myself right now on this as you were speaking. The prep school, the post grad stuff, you know, these schools, and the DFW market, it has a few of them now. You got you guys at Universal Studio, you got Taka, you got high school, you have God dog it, the European Spring Creek Academy guys. You know, and I know all the coaches really, except for the Spring Creek coach. I've invited him on the show. But, you know, he was lied to about, we're going to set him up on here or whatever. Don't come on this show, you know, because Paul don't give a damn, you know, he's going to blast you, blah, blah, blah. You know, I need to put together a show, Terrell, with all of you guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, because Party, you're great right now. Hear me out.
I want to go
you're
here
upset.
first. I want to go here first before you go there.
All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Universal Academy, High School, and Spring Creek are schools. Taka's a homeschool.
Okay.
So
okay.
I want to be very clear on the separation in Universal Academy,
right.
High School, and Spring Creek. They are
all
schools.
Right. So there's a myth right there that you just brought to reality for us. A myth that I didn't know. I don't know how that. I'm thinking they all prep schools.
No,
you follow what I'm saying? So
schools.
here's my point and what I'm trying to bring to you. By us having open dialogue like this, then we can start dispelling some of these rumors about, your kids can't get into school. What are we doing? We need to have a show. We need to have open dialogue about these schools. Because again, I told you this last year. I said, man, Woody, I'm going to need your help because I don't know anything about these schools. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be credible when I say something about your school. I want to be credible when I say something about Spring Creek. I want to be credible about talking. But you're the only one. Now don't get me wrong. Ani came in and spoke on his, but so I don't want to say that. But this is the first time I've had you on the show right now, and for obvious reasons, schedule wise and so forth, that we hadn't been able to make the connection. But now we have dialogue. You know what I'm saying? To help, dispel all the rumors about what, prep school here in the DFW is all about. Because when people see prep school and, the first thing they remember is who? Prime Prep. API.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And even AAA Academy. All those schools said they were accredited, and then it didn't happen.
Wasn't a prep though. AAA was a public charter.
AAA was a whole school. They was in the DIs, blah blah blah. But somehow that school they said didn't get accredited. So you guys are just victims, I think, of DFW's past prep schools and home schools and charter schools. You know what I'm trying to say? And so now that's why I said, you remember I talked with you when I was trying to get Spring Creek on. Now I was trying to dispel the rumors about European players, but then they backed off like they were hiding something. You know what I'm saying? And a guy like me is like, when my eyebrow get to raising, I'm like, well, damn, why would you want to come in and talk about it? If somebody's saying something about me and I'm in the public, I want people to understand what I'm about. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm going to say what I'm about. I ain't got nothing to hide. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And when you decline in situations like that, especially 30 minutes before the show, there's something wrong with that picture. You follow what I'm trying to say? You don't give your guy no heads up, earlier in the day, none of that. So now that adds more fuel to the fire about what's wrong with these schools, right? You follow what I'm trying to say? So now
I call you Columbo. You remember Columbo, that show?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do remember Columbo. Yeah, I got the lazy eye too, bro.
You a dig.
Go ahead.
You a dig,
Yeah. And I am. But
I wanna, me myself, I want to clear it up because I do know the histories of the program. I remember at one point Brian was trying to come and create a program at Universal Academy. He was talking to Josh about that before he, did high school. Yeah, right. Which that platform is made off of Universal Academy's platform. Universal Academy's platform and how we were brought in through Mo Williams, who was adopting the school.
Okay.
And that didn't go as planned. And, so her thing was, I'm in love with my coach. I'm in love with the guy, who's doing the athletic directing type stuff, which was Josh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I want you guys here, tell me what I got to do. Right. And that was the whole Universal Academy, bill right there.
All right. So let me pump the brakes right there for 1 second. Hold that thought. How long has Universal Academy, the school, been in existence. See, a lot of people don't know this.
Plus years.
Tell them how long.
20 plus years.
20 plus years. And now they just now starting to do a basketball program, y'all. You understand? So
they actually were doing sports programs. They were just like
really?
one. So they wasn't catering to anybody. They were doing sports programs.
Wow.
Yes.
See, you know, that's why you had these conversations. You know what I'm saying? To the masses.
Black women from Chicago.
Wow.
Two sisters. I believe right now they're 70 and 72, if I'm mistaken.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I mean, lovely people to talk to. I mean, you know, one of the things when I went there, I had to, I look, you know, you always scope sceneries out. And
yes.
this is not a racist statement that I'm about to make. But when I went in there, the majority of the kids that were there were Indian.
Okay.
And I can tell anybody right now that people from India, they're invested in their education.
Exactly.
Go into a doctor's office, Paul, and 99% of the time, your doctor gonna be Indian.
Indian or Asian. Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, that was one of the things that I looked at and I was like, man, you know, like it's a lot of Indian kids that go here, you know, and I was like, you know, okay. And then, you know, I started moving up, you know, going into the high school area, you had Indian kids, you had, you know, you was very diverse. That's why it's called Universal Academy, because it's very diverse.
Awesome. Okay.
And, you know, it was no superstar athletes there, none of that stuff. It was a school that was providing education for kids. They had kids going to college on academic scholarship, band scholarship, dance scholarships, track scholarships. They had kids going to school. Yep.
Okay. That's good stuff, man. You know, I think it's important that people knew that, you know, that school has been, you know, has had a history. You know what I'm saying? And and you guys are trying to make more history, you know, as far as the basketball program. Now, you guys got girls and boys basketball teams, right?
Yes. And the girls team was in a building process. You know, at one time we hired Tony Swindle. And I know you understand that process. You know what I'm saying? But we had hired him to basically try to build the girls program up because, you know, I wanted to see it grow. You know, right now, I just haven't found the right person to build the program because the program could be just as good as the boys program. You know, their training will go through me. Their weight training will go through me. You know, I basically just need somebody. You know, I had Rob at one time. Rob wanted to do it one time, but you know, Rob was like, "Man, I ain't trying to coach no more."
I thought wait a minute. I thought he was.
I mean, he didn't want to do school like that. You know, he did the AAU stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't want to be locked down to school, man. And he was like, "T, man, I want to come help you, man, but you know, I ain't gonna do it, man. I'm gonna go ahead on and just, you know, relax." And you know, he's working with a lot of like underprivileged kids and stuff like that, helping them try to build themselves up. So, you know, but you know, that Universal Academy, man, has been, you know, it's so different. You know, I would say Spring Creek too has a difference because he's bringing kids from overseas that he's giving opportunities to in America. You know what I'm saying? Living, teaching them how to ESL, language, art, speaking. I mean, it's a couple of kids that I saw the first year that when I seen the seniors, they were talking, their English was so much better. Zeno's English was so much better as a senior than it was the first 2 years I had saw him. So, I mean, those things, you know, were really good at what I looked at. You know, Universal, same thing. I mean, you know, we brought in kids that needed opportunities, you know what I'm saying, that needed help. And that's what it was.
Okay. All right. So I think now I want to turn the page a little bit, right?
Okay.
Schedule wise, man. And you know, I know some of the players you have, but I want to talk schedule right now. I know you got your national schedule that you do outside of Texas. Who this year out of Texas do you have on the schedule this year? Do you have a hard time getting these local high school teams to play you guys? Is what I'm trying to get at.
So at the Cowtown Classic on November the 12th,
Okay.
That Friday, the time hasn't been, but it's penciled in that we're supposed to play Campbell.
Okay. I like that. Now, regular season wise, what who do you guys have? I mean, like during December, January, do you have any?
I got high school, Taka, Spring Creek, that group.
Okay, so you don't really get to play none of the UIL schools other than the Cowtown tip off.
Yeah, I really don't even. I don't really get into it.
Okay. So I'm just asking because, like I said, I think you got enough players this year. And speaking of which, let's talk about your roster right quick. I know we're well over, with the time that we said we were going to do, but give me a brief synopsis of what your roster is looking like this year, man.
It looks good, man. I mean, it's big and physical and it's skilled. I look for big years out of Corey Cox.
Yep.
Kevin Paul, 2023, 6'9", Cam Paul's bigger older brother.
Yes, sir.
Marlon Linton.
Yes.
And Braden Jordan, man. Braden Jordan is a guy that is so underrated. He's about a 6'3", 6'4" guard, son of Johnny Jordan. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is I had a whole nother team playing over at PB Nation 17U this year that was pretty good.
Yeah. Yes.
I
saw them.
Those were Universal Academy guys. So
okay.
I'm looking for big things from them. And
because you had a 6'8" kid over there. I saw. Was he 6'8", 6'9"?
Yep. That's what Kevin Paul.
Yeah. Was that him?
Yep, that's Kevin Paul.
Man, you put some weight on him a little bit, man.
Yes.
From the last time I saw him.
Oh yeah, man. He's bigger right now. So I mean, again, like I said, we it's about giving them the opportunities. Now his brother Cam is special.
Yes. Fresh 2024.
Yeah,
yes.
25. He's a 25.
25, I mean. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said freshman, and I keep forgetting that's the new freshman class.
Yeah, he's just
sorry.
A little young and immature right now, but this guy is special, man. And if he works hard and continues to do what he needs to do, man, sky's the limit for this guy.
I saw that kid when he was in the 6th grade with a mom and pop's team called Mansfield Trojans.
Yep, the Trojans.
I told his mother that day he need to get with a real team. Oh man, I did not like the guy that was coaching him. He was anyway, we move on. But yeah, Brandon Bennett, the head coach at South Grand Prairie, his kid played on that team, or the younger team actually. So but all right. So Cameron Paul, who else we got?
You got
Topher.
You got Caleb.
Cox.
You got Big Caleb. You got
Taylor.
You got a lot of things going on over there, man. I love the direction that my group is in right now. I love the direction.
That's why this team right here, I definitely would love to see them play against, Duncanville, Richardson. I don't know why they don't set those kind of games up with you guys. And that's why I was trying to ask, do you end up, talk to those coaches about scheduling something up during the regular season? I mean, I think that's good for the kids because they all know each other and they all want to go up against each other anyway. So I just think
me and Peavy had talked about something, and then he went back and looked, but his was filled. But I didn't really talk to anybody else. I kind of like we'll play in the Cowtown Classic, and then we'll travel to Sunrise the next day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, the way I look at this whole thing is this, Paul. You're not going to be able to escape a player at Sunrise or Link Year Academy or whatever. You know, you're going to have to face them, because when you face them, you can face who you are. You can figure out, you know what I'm saying, something about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You've been playing against some of these guys all year, so you kind of know, you know, what to expect from playing against these guys. But sometimes when you travel out and you play against some people, man, you get a chance to measure yourself, because sometimes kids think they're better than what they are. Well, let's see. I'll give you a prime example. The year before we played Sunrise, when I had Arthur and Cam and Kofor and them, okay? Jaquan Scott had 2 points and 1 rebound and fouled out probably in the first damn half of this game. No kidding, man. No kidding.
Dang.
Luke talked to me. You know, I would send you the text messages. Luke talked to me on the way home, texted me on the way home, just praising the maturity and the skill level that Jaquan came back with to go for 40 and 15 on them. And when I say it was maybe 18 shots. It was tough, man. It was tough. Like, you know, you go for 40 and you got 30 shots, you know, people can argue that fact that you took 30 shots. But when you go for 40 and you got 18, 19, maybe 18, 19 shots, that's an efficient type of game right there.
Right.
You know, and I mean, Dave Anwar, all those guys were there watching that game. And they was like, whoa, you know, like that was crazy. But Luke just talked about, he just loved the improvement of that kid. You know, we talked about that. You know, he texted me about it and stuff. And that's what it's really about. Can we see the improvement of the kid every year?
Yeah.
Paul, there's nobody that works with my kids at Universal Academy but me. They don't have an outside trainer.
Right.
I train them,
you know,
I coach them, I weight train them, everything.
One of the things I wanted to ask you earlier, when we were talking about kids that you trained and how a boy tried to put a black eye on you, man. I don't think it was a fair assessment to, and even though this guy was your darling, you know, Cameron Waits.
Yes.
You know, everybody knew and everybody said it even back then the whole time, kid need to be playing football. But you had him playing basketball. And they don't even realize, you know, even though he ended up playing football, he ended up playing football. The stuff he got from you for basketball is going to have him where he's going to be cashing checks on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Because the agility that kid has from basketball now.
Man. Hey, look, they're not even going to redshirt him. The strength. Listen, man, and I like for people to understand this. When Cam left and went to Wasatch, Wasatch killed Cam's love for basketball.
Okay.
Wasatch killed Cam's love. But what really killed Cam was they had to break his second toe on each foot.
Yeah.
His sophomore year. And that's how he and he missed, I mean, numerous, he just missed a lot of time, and he ate and sat around and ate, and he had these pins, and they had to wait for the pins to dissolve because his feet were so big, but his second toe on each foot was curled under. But here's the situation. What really made it bad is they could only do the surgery after the next foot healed because of the pins being in there. He needed to not be able to put any pressure on that foot. So he couldn't have 2 of those toes done at the same time. So this dude missed about 6 months. Wow. And, you know, and of course you got a big kid like that, man, who loves to eat. He's going to eat. You know, you can't run him. You can't do nothing with him. So when he came back, he was extremely overweight. And we got it back down a little bit. And then he left and went to Wasatch, and he hated basketball after that. So when he came back, you know, the whole thing was just to rebuild his body, rebuild him back up to get him where he needed to be. And he decided, hey, look, I want to play football.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
and he at a Division I football program with a Division I scholarship from Universal Academy, who supposedly can't get kids in college with a Division I scholarship, getting ready to play against Texas in a couple of weeks, is gonna probably get on the field and play.
Yeah. Oh, I love this game. I'm looking at Twitter right now, and it's amazing how people think they break in stories. Reported by Greg Riddle. Breaking news: defending 6A state champion Duncanville adds 4-star. I thought he was 5-star. 4-star basketball recruit Anthony Black from CAMPBELL. Black is rated 4th best player in the state of Texas and 38th best player in the nation. So he also is a standout wide receiver.
Who is that? Who is that a surprise to?
Greg Riddles really think he
Hey,
oh,
hey, look.
Oh boy.
Hey, look. Who is that a surprise? I mean, why? And listen, let me say something, man. You know, one, it is the right thing for Anthony Black to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's the right. I get, you know, but two, you know what I'm saying? You know, you have a relationship going on here. You know what I'm saying? So who's going to take care better than a person that's in the relationship? Yeah. So great decision. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, that's, you know, I mess with Peavy. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mess with him. You know, we in the ball head crew together. So
it's you know, just crazy how mainstream media think that they put people in the know.
Yes.
Yeah. I also heard it from Chop Shop today out of Houston. Shout out to Jim Hicks and Robert Hatter. They announced it on their show today as well. So everybody's announcing it today. And this was actually the day that he enrolled, by the way. So I guess that's why everybody's just now releasing it. But I just can't get into spoiling kids as, you know, opportunities to make those announcements for some reason in media. And the media people today, and even back in the day, they always want to be the first to report. And I could have announced this months ago.
Well,
that this was happening. You know what I'm saying? Because
hold up now. I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to go at you. We get ready to have a spat with you right now. Hey,
all right, go ahead.
Everybody that's watching this, Paul, you had no reason to get mad at that man from ESPN that Keontae gave that on, man. You had no.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. I wasn't mad on that. You took that the wrong way, bro.
All right. What was it? Because I want to hear this.
No. As I was saying, I received calls from media guys here in Texas about why is it that these coaches, handlers, right, parents break their necks. It's like listening to you earlier. Hold on, you know, why we not talking about this kid and that kid and so forth, right? Well, those same 5-star players and so forth, those coaches did the same thing too to get them those stuff. And then when we do the leg work from the very beginning of the years that these kids were playing and when they were nobodies, now you want to get a story to ESPN. Now for me, and that's where I was going with that with you, was to say, I don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand why those guys get a little ticked off, you know, because they want to be the first to put it out. Yeah, I don't give a damn. I ain't making no money doing this, Woody. You know what I'm saying? I could have said that I can tell you where Anthony Black is going, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I could have told you Keontae was going to sign at Baylor 2 months ago, damn near, a month and a half ago. Could have said the same thing about Arterio.
Hey, Paul,
I don't do that shit.
I get what you're saying, but let's talk about this right now.
Go ahead.
You talking about they called and, you know, people were complaining about that, right?
Right.
Here's the thing right now. They didn't put Keontae on the map.
No doubt. But let me tell you this.
The kid on the map.
A lot of these media guys think that they did.
And that's where they go wrong at, because you downplay the kids' hard work, dedication. You downplay what the kid has done. Listen, man, if Dallas media, which I have no problem with, think that they're bigger than ESPN, then they've lost their ever-loving mind.
Well, and I don't think it's that. I don't think it's just that. Here's where I was trying to do, right? In me even bringing it up. Okay. My thought process was, let me put it on people's minds, parents' minds early, the younger ones, to say, hey, you know what? These guys have worked hard for my kid. You know what I'm saying? And maybe not the 5 stars, right? Maybe your low 4s, 3s, and 2s on down can give those stories to your local media, right? Hell, I don't care if you want to come on the show and announce it with me. I know there are other programs that do the same thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe if we start putting it out, maybe they'll start investing in local media, just like they want local media to invest in them, is all I was saying. It's not the fact that I think anybody here in Dallas is bigger than ESPN. I mean, come on, dude. How are you going to compete with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
there's no competing to that, especially if they're giving out money for this story.
Hey, listen, there shouldn't even be an argument about that. You're going to come second fiddle to ESPN, and then it's your time to do what you got to do. Now, here's what I would have said now is,
okay,
Ani is the one that did the exclusive. So my thing
I didn't see that. I thought
Ani,
Paul Biancardi was the one that did it.
Is Ani a media guy or a coach? Which one is he?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I was asked to come down on a visit with another player from a school. And if those coaches watching right now, they're going to be like, this is true. And I told them, how do I look going down on this kid's visit with him and I coach Universal Academy? You're crazy.
Yeah.
And I'll 3-way the coach tomorrow while you're on the phone, and he's going to say, that is 100% true.
Yeah. Wow. So, but yeah, no, man. Like I said it to you earlier about how I just don't see how these guys do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're so focused on being the first to report stuff. Me, I'm telling you, dude, I don't give a damn about that stuff, dude. Being honest with you, I'd rather now, and like I said, I was telling you this earlier, I'm at a state now to where I'm ready to start really dealing with the low 4s and 3s and 2s.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Than I am the 5 stars. Because again, I can't do nothing for them. I've said that all along. I can't do nothing for Keontae, Arterio, Case, and Lee Dort. I can't do anything for them guys now.
Nothing.
I did when they were younger before they got to sophomore, junior, and senior.
Right.
And then I was done with it.
Right.
But then you got a parent like Jordan Walsh and them coming out. Oh, now they ain't giving us no love. God dang, we did enough for you.
And speaking of
now,
that,
I got to find somebody else to give something to.
I don't think he did get enough love. I mean, Jordan Walsh. Hey, Jordan Walsh should have got a lot more love, man. I'm telling you right now, myself personally. I mean, I've seen guys get love. Jordan Walsh is a very underrated guy.
Here goes the other problem. Here goes the other problem that I would tell you, and I hope this hits home too.
Okay.
Drive Nation played in how many tournaments here locally?
I don't know. Probably about
exactly 8. Not enough to be asking for a whole lot of love, by the way.
But what they got to do anything? What they got to do? I mean,
you got to be seen, don't you? To get love.
He played in every circuit league that was here.
Oh, circuit league? I thought they gave him love. Circuit league, I don't do the circuit league, bro. That's that 5-star group that I told you I don't. I didn't do EYBL no more.
They
man.
think they 5-star.
I can't do nothing for them kids. And the circuit league was the knockoff brand to EYBL, so there was nothing.
Hey, I want to ask you one question. I want to ask you one. And I want all viewers to listen to this. If Keontae George is at home right now with the flu. Would any guy be reporting that out?
Would anybody be reporting that?
Yeah, would they be reporting that Keontae George got the flu? They took some food to him. They took some orange juice over there. Would anybody be reporting that out? No.
For the guy that did that took all that stuff, I think that would be a good story. Yeah. But these guys today don't look at stories like that. You know what I'm saying? I would say, hey man, I heard this. Talk to me about this. Have you ever done this? Before? Had I known, I would have said that to you. You know what I'm saying? Those would be kind of stories, because I think then you're identifying what this person is about by talking about stories like that.
That guy who reported from ESPN that reported that story, I think he did Maxie's story. If I'm not mistaken, I think he did Ramsey's story. I think
Paul Biancardi.
Yeah, I think he broke out. I think he broke out.
He breaks all of them. They and that's why some of these people were complaining about why do they always, and this ain't just Dallas, by the way, too. This was in the state of Texas. Some people around the state, that's really like, if we can just get these people to understand, the importance of, helping the local media out.
Okay, then
as well as,
stop being so biased. If you stop being so biased, maybe
there
we
it
all
is.
pull together. Maybe.
Yeah. There it is. It goes again to what I said to you earlier. Another conversation that needs dialogue. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That needs dialogue for the masses to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the aims. That's one of the goals of In the Box. That's what we're trying to, we're trying to uncover these stones. You know what I'm saying? As we build. You know what I'm saying? But guys like you are a part of this process to unveil some of those hidden stones. Go ahead.
It's going to be hard, right, Paul? Because so many people, like right now, I can hear them talking behind my back right now. And
they talking about mine. They talking about me religiously.
And then when they see you, they smiling in your face.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's hard to have conversations like that because nobody wants to say, you know what, my bad. I got to take one on that one.
I've done it religiously. Hold on. I've done that religiously. I've been wrong on certain players, and I've had to ask RJ Nembhard. I thought, RJ was he took out DeSoto, right? In 2015, that year, my son's junior year, and I thought he got his scholarship off of that alone, that one night. You know what I'm saying? That dude, he built, and I'm telling you, when I saw him 2 years later, getting ready to play to go to state, I had to bow down to him, bro. I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? When I'm wrong.
Right.
Now, and that don't happen too often, though. I'm just gonna go on and say it. But I'm not holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those guys that's not gonna admit when they're not, when they're not wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna admit it. So, but again, I told y'all, I'm a different kind of dude. You ain't never seen nothing like this before. Trust me when I tell you that. But that's part of the problem. People are scared to support this kind of show right now because, number one, they know we ain't gonna hold no punches. We're gonna speak our minds. We're gonna put it out there, and everybody's scared of that. I got a guy telling me, man, you tell it like it is, man. You say the things people want to say, but are scared to say it. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why come I can't say, dude is knocking off, I'm not gonna say that, but you got a dude knocking off a parent right now. You know what I'm saying? That's
Don't say that.
Why come I can't say that though? You know what I'm saying? It's happening. What's wrong with saying it? It's crazy, but I'm just saying. All right, so that's really, it's kind of not to do with basketball, but it kind of does have everything to do with basketball. But I'm saying there are a lot of things out here that I don't say that I could say, You know what I'm saying? That I normally get the black eye for even thinking about it. You know,
Right.
you was on the verge of saying it. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Right.
everything, people need to stop hiding. And I keep saying this. I'm so sick and tired of people hiding behind Bibles, right?
Oh.
And these kids for their lack of integrity.
Hey.
Let that marinate. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is this, man. We're in this for guys like me that are really in this for the kids, and trying to get these kids to different spots. I should be able to talk about anything. People don't want to talk to me because, you know, I don't have a filter. People don't want to talk with me because you don't know what he knows that he might expose on you.
Right.
When that was that Spring Creek Academy's quote, you don't know what he knows about you, so you better not go on that show. You know, those are the stuff that I have to deal with. If we're all about the same common goal of making this game good for the kids, why are you scared of me and what I have to say?
Hey, I feel
not you. I'm just saying to the masses. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way, you know, with the lies and the things that people tell about me. I can tell you right now, it's only about 4 to 5 people that really know me here.
Yeah, right.
And it, you know, and the rest of them, that whatever they got to say, I can promise you right now, they've never been around me. They've never been at my house. They never driven in the cars that I have. None of that stuff. That you don't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you get to know me, you're gonna find out that you got somebody that'll do some good things to help you in life.
Yeah. Again, like I said, man, I came up. Everybody laughs at the fact that the Real Talk Nation. I came up with that name, and nobody really took the time to understand why.
I know why.
Everything I'm gonna tell you is real. You know what I'm saying?
This was real.
And like I said, you might like it and you might not like it, but you know it's the truth. You know you were thinking it. You know you wanted to say it. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't. And all I say is, hey man, you know why? You know, if we're real about what we're doing, right? If it's right, why not tell the world? If it's right, it's always the stuff that we gotta hide that people want to say. We don't need to say that. He don't need to say that. Why? It's right what they're doing, ain't it? Yep. So what? They left it. You know, that dude left his wife. So what did she left her? You know, whatever the story. You know what I'm saying? So what? It's right, ain't it?
This guy's funny.
What?
Boy, you funny.
What they did was right. Right?
Right.
So why hide it? I talked about your boy earlier. You know, oh, I don't like him. And if he's a part of S.A.T anymore, then me and my program ain't going to be a part of them.
Well, you know what?
I got this program that can help me get an Adidas deal, and which they told him they're going to do that. We're going to get you an Adidas deal. Now all right, Mr. Miranda, we thank you, bro. It's been good doing business with you, but we're going to go do this, dude.
Well,
why not say it?
You know
why
what,
not say it?
Paul, you know what type of world we live in now.
Oh, no.
That's
why. Let me tell you.
Look, we live in this.
Agree.
That back.
So why do I have to hide that?
You're right. But check this out. You remember back in the day, we all could be in a crowd, and Junebug, we know he lied, and he come up and run in the crowd and start trying to tell us something, and we tell Junebug, man, get your lying butt away from us.
Exactly.
Now Junebug and his lie is accepted because of the simple fact of the matter is we don't want our lies to be seen. So we're going to listen to his lie and be like, yeah. So that's where we at, Paul. That's where we at.
Man, I'm not saying that I can't cope with it. I'm going to cope with it. I'm going to cope with it my way, though.
Right.
Why come I can't say nothing about that, though?
You can, and you should.
No, I know, but people don't want me to say nothing about it, right? Oh, please don't say this and don't, wait a minute. Oh, boy, you don't do nothing for me. Why do I need to keep that on the law? If people going to ask me, I'm going to tell you how it happened.
Well, okay.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
I got 10 minutes left. Tell me how it happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, I'm way overdue with you, bro, right now. You talking about 10 minutes. We got many nights to come. God dang. Man, I gotta let you go, bro. I gotta work. I gotta work in the morning, bro. Those of y'all that don't know, I got me a 7 to 5 in the morning job that I got to do, man. And I actually work, man. So anyway, 8 to 5 rather. So but great points tonight, man. We do need to have some kind of dialogue media-wise with prep schools. We definitely need to have some kind of dialogue with media regarding, who we're actually talking about, you know what I'm saying? And not just focus on all the top EYBL kids. Yeah. Sorry, Eric. You still my dude, dog. I love you, dog. Eric, chill. Eric Clark with them. By the way, Eric, I don't know if you saw this or not on here. Uh-oh. I don't know if you saw this on here, Woody, but can you see that on there, right? Oh, wait a minute. Can you see that on the screen right now?
Yeah, I can see it. I can see Chill.
Hang on. What do you do? Where I see it? Where'd it go? He there it was. Hold on, I'm sorry. You said Woody. Okay, God. Wait a minute. There it is. All right, here we go. This is Woody is a real one. Much respect to you, bro. That was Eric Clark from Pro Skills, man.
He made the best brownies ever. Man, hey, look. So he made me some brownies, right? Brought them up to the TBAC for me. He said, come on. Man, I ate all them brownies at the TBAC, man. I almost missed the game on the bathroom. They were so rich. So rich.
They're so rich. Were they good, though?
They were so good, man. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. But,
Hey, so have you seen his barbecue pictures?
Man,
this dude be grilling us some stuff. Oh my God. I'm still waiting on that day for him to make me something to eat, bro.
Gumbo, you name it.
Boy, don't tell me that.
Gumbo, you name it. He is doing. So, hey, brother, I appreciate you though, man.
Yeah.
Let's if you can get something together, I wouldn't mind coming in there and sitting down and talking. But I mean, kind of, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, being able to support some type of way. But
no doubt.
Whatever they want to do, I'm good.
I want to again solicit your help on that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't want to blow up anybody's program, dude. You know what I'm trying to say? At Spring Creek, Taka, iSchool, you guys have kids that I have watched since they were snotty-nosed kids, bro, running around here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to play basketball from the very beginning. And I want to see these kids through, man. And like I said, want to see them play against all the other high schools as well, man. So again, I need your help because you guys have what they call a star, an abstract, if you will, that was placed on you guys because of other people's mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's not right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's my real goal of trying to, even with Spring Creek Academy, they got all them European players and they're not legit. I want to be able to expose what they do to show that their kids are legit. You know what I'm saying? What kind of, let's talk about those kind of stuff, man. If you don't start talking about that, then people are going to always think that in the back of their head, you cheating or, y'all doing some illegal stuff. You follow what I'm saying? So, here's what they're doing. Here's what they have this in place, that in place, and so forth. This is the structure behind what they do. And then we leave it at that.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So I wanted, that's another day that, man, we got to have all you guys. I can get 10 people on here. So one day we need to sit down and do that. So again, I don't want to hold you, man. I just wanted to put that on your table. What is always great talking with you, man. You're so full of knowledge. I do not want this to be the last time that you and I do this, because like I said, you and I can talk, all night. You know what I'm saying? Go on and on and on about all this stuff. But shoot, I can only go so long. I think I'm way past where I was supposed to go anyway. But anyway, I got to go to work tomorrow in the morning, so that's the real deal right now. But I do want to, open an invitation to you down the road. I do need to get Josh Woodson, available, to do the show as well. Talk about the max level elite side of things, and then we just go from there. Gotcha. Any parting shots before you leave, man? Anybody you want to thank before I let you go?
Well, Josh Woodson, my man Johnny George, Vic Cochran, Rob Wright, you know what I'm saying? All the AAU coaches out here, man, the high school coaches, man, that are giving their time to the kid. Much respect from Coach Woody, man, on a consistent basis. So, I mean, hey, and I give a shout out to the media guys, man. I know you guys are doing what you need to do. So, I mean, but most of all, none of us have a job or an opportunity if it isn't for the most important part of it. And that's the girls and boys that are out there participating and putting themselves on the line for us to be able to have these jobs and opportunities.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right, homie.
Woody, Terrell, Woody, God bless you. The University Academy. I look forward to talking with you down the road and seeing the squad this year, man. Good luck for you guys this season. And again, look forward to talking to you down the road. All right. You be careful, brother.
Okay. You too.
Right.
Later.
Thank you, sir. All right. All right. So there it is. Wow, man. Almost 2 hours, man. I told you, Terrell, Woody, and I can just conversations after conversation. And we didn't even really get to talk about some of the players and his resume, y'all. Some things he wanted to get off his chest, and we want to let guys like him do that. I mean, when you understand his resume, when it's all said and done, you'll begin to really understand why he has the feelings that he has about certain things, and he's earned that as far as I'm concerned. That was Terrell Woody of Universal Academy. Definitely want to thank him for coming on, chopping it up with us. Definitely got to send a big shout out to James Durham with Formulas Inc. For their participation in tonight's show, giving us a little insight on the S.A.T. training. He is the guy for the South, here in the DFW area, man. I'm telling you, I think he said at 87% approval or passing rating, if you will. I think it's higher than that. I think he lowballed me on that. But because that's kind of a dude he is, he don't really want to go out there, blah, 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 right? But I do appreciate JD for coming on as well. And then we had my guy, man, Charles Campbell. He came in, talked about Shift Sports, the NIL, name and image likeness. That's a hot conversation right now, in the sports world, or at least college athletics today. And he gave you a little insight on that and what that's all about, and who probably has an advantage in obtaining good revenue from name, image, and likeness. So definitely want to send a big shout out to him for joining us tonight. And again, definitely send out my condolences to Cynthia Guillory's family, all family members, including her brother. Getting a little sentimental just thinking about her again. It's been a hard, tough, rough 2 days, tough and rough 2 days, these last couple of days, man. And she was not a sister to me, but the next thing to being a sister to me. So send out to condolences to all the other people that were close to her, that are grieving right now, man. It's a tough loss, man. But the greatest thing about all this is she's not suffering anymore. And that's always a plus, even though we hate letting her go. The bright side of all this is that she's not suffering anymore. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end this show off with her little, with the video one more time with some of those pictures, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. I love y'all. Eric, Chill, Clark, my dude, love you, man. I need my barbecue, though, one of these days. Y'all have a great evening. I'm Paul Miranda with the Real Talk Nation. This was In the Box podcast. We out.